Hey Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome everyone to the Astec Safety Challenge here in beautiful Lloydminster. Here we are. I'm Dusty Maxick along with my daughter Lindsay Birch. We will be your commentators for the game. This is Draw 7 on day 2. We have a great lineup for you.
Yes, we do. It's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it, today?
It's going to be a great time. Yeah, we have Team Jacobs and Team Howard, and they just practiced all together. It's a new format now. They practice all together in the same sheet. And the draw to the button, the first team throws the clockwise, second team throws counterclockwise.
And what was the result of that, Dad?
The result was that Brad Jacobs threw a nice draw right onto the button. So he has the hammer, so Scott Howard is up first. And his lead, Tim Marsh, is going to start off this great event for you. It's a beautiful day. It's been a lot of action here, a lot of great curling on. We have 8 sheets total, 2 are covered, so we're using 6 sheets right now, and we're ready to go.
These are pretty meaningful games we have out here right now. There are 24 world-class men's curling teams currently in this event right now, and it's a triple knockout format. What you're watching right now is a B event game. Is that right, Dad?
That is correct.
A couple teams are going to be facing elimination on this draw right now. Unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to some. Fortunately for you folks at home here, Jacobs and Howard are still in the B, so one will advance and one will drop down to the C. But we expect some really exciting stuff from both of these teams.
There's going to be some great shots being made. There's a lot of teams here. There's 6 sheets, so 3 teams are going to move on, and 3 teams, there will be a couple of them hitting home. So it's like the golfers would use it. It's moving day.
It's moving day.
It's moving day. It's like the golfers say. So you're either moving on in the draw or you're moving home. So here we go.
Happy moving day.
Happy moving day,
to all
everyone.
who celebrate here in Lloydminster.
And it's Tim Marsh. First shot.
Shall we introduce the teams here, Dad?
Oh, you bet.
Alrighty. Go ahead. You were started with Team Howard. Why don't you tell us about Team Howard?
Team Howard. So yes, the skip is Scott Howard. Third is Matthew Cam. Second is Jason Cam. And lead is Tim Marsh.
And their coach is?
Another Howard, Mr. Glenn Howard, who retired earlier. He's moved to coaching, so Scott has officially taken over as the skip. He's, after a great family of curlers, he's now in the running for the next spot of the great curling family of Howards.
That's right. And you know them and love them. We've got the Jacob teams here throwing the Redstones, pardon me. Skip Brad Jacobs. Third, Mark Kennedy. Second, Brett Gallant. And lead, Ben Hebert.
A well-seasoned team in their own. So
they're a presenting team here too. So I know the folks at Astec Safety are quite proud to have these guys here. And this whole event actually was a collaboration between Ben and Mark to begin with. And so it's very nice that we get to commentate one of their games and we get to check in and listen in and see how they do and see how they're playing.
Yeah, so they first draw, they win in top 4. Ben's removed it, so now Scott is asking Tim March to put it just up front. He was looking for just a high guard, just center line guard.
Now, how both these teams got here is earlier this morning at 9 o'clock when we were watching another game, they were playing some other opponents. We saw Team Jacobs take the win over Team Scott Manners, the local team here. And then we saw Team Scott Howard play in an extra end win. They actually stole that win against Nicholas Adine.
Yes.
So really, really exciting ways that both teams have got here. And now we get to see them lock horns and go head-to-head with each other.
Top 12, so Brad will walk up and he'll remove it. He looked for a nose hit. Ben Ebert's second shot. In true Ben Hebert fashion, he loves his out turn. So that's the shot he's been handed here. Nice. They're all setting up for a nice clean end. Keep everything clean. Everybody gets the feel for the weight, feel for the ice.
Yeah, we've got a few welcomes here already. We've just opened up our live chat here through YouTube. So thank you for joining us and thank you for listening in. We'll say hello right back to you. Sandy's cheering from Halliburton. And we've got KB is watching from Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
Wow.
What a great place to watch curling from than the beach. I hope you're having a great time in Mexico. Ronald is watching from Washington State. And we just wish a nice welcome and hello to everybody. So if you're watching online, feel free to offer your encouragement. Tell us who you're cheering for and say hello, and we'll say hello back to you.
You bet.
So we also need to thank right away Wild Rose Pumps and Compression. They're our presenting sponsor here for this event and couldn't have done this without them. So thank you Astec Safety and thank you Wild Rose Pumps and Compression.
No, it doesn't. Keep going. No,
What kind of game are you expecting here, Dad?
No, it doesn't.
Well, it looked to start like a bit of an open game, but
No. You don't want to
our team has come around, tucked in behind this skirt, so now it's game on. So
Now I want to say this is the first time both of these teams have seen this sheet. This is actually the fourth time you and I have seen this sheet, so we know what's going on. We're gonna see who catches on to it first.
we may be able to offer some advice if they ever call a timeout.
Two-way mics, that would be
That
fantastic.
would be nice.
And it's because of these excellent curling conditions. We really want to extend our thank you to Brian McClaskey and Graydon Lomas. And then our guest ice maker is Darren Moulding, too. So those three are taking the helm of this operation. And also they have plenty of help from our local volunteers here to sweep up snow and change out garbages and all those little details that make such a huge impact when it comes to putting on such a world-class event.
Takes a big team to put this on. There's no doubt about that.
It
And
sure does.
As I come up here earlier in the last game, Darren was doing some commentating. He
No way.
took some time away from his work, and he volunteered and stepped in and did a great job.
Just an absolute jack of all trades then, that Darren Moulding.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he's doing well.
You like normal?
So Team Jacobs with the hammer, and they're sitting shot stone for right now. I'm going to see Scott make a run for this rock here. We have Jason Cam with his second shot of the first end.
Yep. Yes.
Called it right away.
Right out of his hand, yep.
Yeah.
Never off.
It was a hard sweep. It was a
Whoa,
good sweep.
curl.
Great
curl.
sweep. He held it all the way there. Now they want to curl it in a bit. Get a rule.
And does get the little flop inside.
Yep,
Nice
he
shot there
does.
from Jason. So now that leaves the Howard team sitting shots 1 and 2 behind a Jacobs guard. Jacobs with the hammer.
She calls kind of a nose hit and a little roll, just a flop on top of the other one, just to have some backing.
You know what's funny? What I noticed right now about this game, actually, Dad, is we've seen a matchup already this season between Team Howard and Team Jacobs. And it was back in October at, what was it, the New Floors Penticton Curling Classic.
Exactly, yes.
And they met each other in the final, for which Jacobs came out victorious on that one, too. So these teams have played each other once on record that I know of so far, probably multiple times already, but once for sure this year in a big, meaningful game. So we'll see if Jacobs can retain that, or if Scott Howard will get his revenge. I don't know if revenge is what you say in curling. No, it's too patient of a game.
Yeah,
We play for too long to talk like that, for sure.
Ben's pounding
Great
this one.
scrub there from Ben Hebert.
Yeah. Didn't get the little roll they wanted. Yeah, so Scott had a great run at the New Floors Penticton Curling Classic. We see here, speaking of sponsors, those are one of his sponsors. Is Scott Howard's New Floors Penticton.
That's right.
So he went into town and he showed them how well he played. So it was a very proud moment for him and for the sponsors. So that worked out very nice. The sponsors are a great help. These teams travel a ton and they need all the help they can get. So they sure love to put the money out and support the teams.
That's right. Now, Team Howard would also like to thank Small Living Company, Patch and Seal, Total Epoxy, Dirty Devil Vodka, Balance Plus, Unifor, GBS, XTN Slam Consulting Limited, and ads.
You gotta go a lot more, Jay. You gotta go a ton more. Keep going. Keep going.
Big scrub here.
Go a ton more, Jay, and he does.
Yes.
Well swept there from Jason. Look at how much he's able to pull that over.
Yeah.
Alluding to the fact earlier that you and I have seen this sheet now 4 times is that that path, especially on the left-hand side of the sheet as we're looking at the away end, that curls so much. It's such an active side of the ice there. So these guys can really get the rock going, and they really have a strong impact too on that rock position.
The placement of the broom is so big, and the weight. The weight just has to be precise. If it's close to that center line, it'll take right off on a draw and a tap, just like that shot there. So it'll move hard.
Yeah. Good try, bud.
Yeah, so they've got rocks in play first end. See a lot of big games here. Last draw we were on the first end, everybody played quite clean. Now you look across the board here, there's a lot of teams, they're getting after it right away. It's only 8 ends, so you gotta get your rocks in play as soon as you can, and they've all played enough games already. They know the ice, they know most of the rocks, and they're very comfortable out here.
Isn't that
So you can
true?
see some great shots.
With the familiarity now with the sheets.
Yeah, it's
Here comes Mark Kennedy's first shot. To roll
Nice,
right over onto
nice,
the Yellowstone.
excellent
Great shot there
great
from
shot.
Mark Kennedy.
Great sweep by the front end.
And so lively. Watch the reaction off of this red rock here. It really skirts across the house.
Nice.
Perfect freeze. If such thing as perfect were to exist, a perfect freeze
That-
roll onto
that would
the side.
be it. So now
Trouble now.
Scott's trying to decide here.
Fort.
Without last stone, he's
That was hacked.
got to be careful here.
Yeah, he knows not to leave too much in the play here. Calling for a board weight takeout.
Yep. Close. Clean. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Here's the break.
Whoa. Yep. Gotta go, Tim. Gotta go hard. Gotta go hard.
Here's where
Gotta
it
go hard.
Arch on the
goes. Yeah.
sweep.
There's where it goes. That break, so once it gets to that center line, we've seen that, like you said, for the 4th game now. It just takes right off. Yeah.
Move. So the rock will stick around and play, but it'll settle in for 3rd shot back there. And now Team Jacobs has a bunch of sponsors as well that they want to thank. They certainly want to make sure that they thank Been There, Dump That, Manitoulin Transport, Astec Safety Incorporated, UFA, PointsBet Canada, Western Tractor, Caltech, Hearing Clinic, and Hardline Curling. So thanks to all their team sponsors on behalf of curlers everywhere. Thank you for allowing them to get to these great places like Lloydminster to curl in these great events like the Astec Safety Challenge. Last rock here now coming in for Mark Kennedy. The call is to draw behind this corner guard. Just settling in here, having a discussion with the team about the speed.
Line's good. They're looking for the break. Here's the break. Now the sweep.
15-6.
To be full 8 or better to be shot.
People above the team
Ben will
now.
finish that over. It'll
Very
settle
nice.
top 4 to be shot rock. From this point of view upstairs here, I see that we're perfectly buried behind the guard if you're Team Jacobs. From that point of view, you got a little sliver of it. All right, I'm at a bit of an angle.
With any moving, there's a jam possibility in the backside there. So he showed him enough. So I think what they're deciding to do, they're going to probably run the red one back on it.
Let's see if we can hear what
That's
Scott's
even if
saying.
just a hair low, like even if you pick that, that's okay too.
As long as it doesn't touch this one.
What's that?
He can split.
I know. I like this, Matty.
They don't
Right in
like
the nose
leaving
with the
that
bomb.
I
guard in
think
play.
so.
Or-
I don't know
or you
what
go
else to
here.
do.
Or they do, enforcing the freeze.
Only other thing you try is this. Not opposed.
What's that?
Not opposed to
That's,
that either.
yeah, that's got a good point there.
Like that?
I do.
Okay. A little bit?
I think that's what Matt's
It'll
seeing
curl
is
probably
the
a little
run
bit.
double.
Yeah, maybe a hair. Yeah, an inch.
They've decided on their initial
Right in the nose, boys.
thought. A good conversation.
Yeah, a couple good
Everybody's
options there. You
clear?
could play to
Good
hit
job.
the one on this side. It'd be really nice to sit second shot by the time you're done throwing this rock. Watching now, they decide on the run back. So first rock of the game here for Scott Howard.
Yep.
Hard! Whoa! Yep.
And
Shot.
Contact.
he'll remove 2 red stones from play. Really well done.
Thanks.
Now his yellow rock is on top. His yellow rock is actually the guard. That's
we go.
The first rock there, yeah, it
Throw.
just goes over top of that red rock. They were
Yeah.
looking for it to make contact and unlock those 2 frozen stones, but it'll just go over and leave Jacobs only sitting 1. However, now it's the Howard stone that's in front of the house too. So if they ever needed to run back again,
there, correct.
if Brad chooses to draw behind here, they know where to put the broom down.
That's the call that's the rock he's put down.
Didn't do much.
If he ever goes to the open side, Lindsay, you're calling for it to be there for second shot, which is a good
A
call.
little bit.
But then Scott just threw that too, and like you said, now he's got his own rock there. Would you ever go to the other side and sit your 2?
No, Dusty, you wouldn't.
No?
And here's why. Let me tell you. No, you want him to, you know he's going to throw the run back, so you're going to say let him have it. If you don't get there, if you're Brad Jacobs, Scott's going to get there instead. Then he's buried behind his own rock and he's shot. And good luck to you getting after it. So,
Yeah.
no, you, more and more we're certainly seeing, and I know folks at home, come on, that was a joke. Dusty knows what's up.
Brad Jacobs. First shot of the first end.
Having to play the
Sitting
draw.
one,
The only available
draw.
shot.
Yep.
The correct shot, if you will. I mean, the made shot is the correct shot.
Lindsay and I, I've curled Lindsay. I coached Lindsay for a million years, and we're still part of the game. So there's a lot of little insight.
You know what? Look
insight.
at this. This is the 7 red rock.
Yeah.
Do we tell them? Do we tell them?
If they call a timeout and they ask us.
Okay, sounds
Only
good.
if they ask us. Yeah, we've seen all these rocks. Yeah, that one.
Nose is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
We actually saw a hand up from one of the sweepers. I didn't see whose glove it belonged to there, but well thrown, well managed. I think a little bit more surprising than they thought.
I can't really make it, eh? Like it's
What's that?
make the double. Like you'd have to hit it so thin.
So thin.
This time, though,
Little dicey.
there's a little bit more of that red rock exposed
Yeah.
to Scott Howard. So let's see what they're thinking this time.
If you're seeing this, I don't mind it.
What's that?
I don't mind this, Scott, if you see it.
Okay. I just threw it.
Yeah.
Just through the run back. Now it's his own rock. He'll be running back into the pile.
Like millimeter low and nuttiness. And hopefully it plants right there.
I was going for nose, but
Nose goes around the horn. Yeah.
yeah.
Millimeter low, you might stick it.
Yeah. Contact.
So different ways of phrasing things. Nose goes around the horn. Okay, so that's going to eliminate one of the red stones, knowing full well that the second red stone will jam onto the yellow. A millimeter low is going to stick it. So that's just a cue there from Scott to Matt to say, hey, this is where we're trying to hit this guy.
Last stone for Scott Howard in the first end. Trying to run his own rock back in.
Curl! Clean! Curl!
Too thick.
Jeez!
Got it a millimeter high instead of
Yeah.
a millimeter
Yeah.
low there. So if we look,
Just
it
watch it
just
again
didn't
here.
quite
Close.
curl up enough. He needed to get a little bit more on the inside of nose in order to keep their yellow shot
Keep that
sticking
yellow
around.
start, yeah.
A little thinner,
So Team Jacobs last rock coming down. They're sitting 1. This is a draw for 2.
A little thinner nuts it there.
Yeah, just hit on it.
Yeah. Going nose good.
Yeah. It's going bad.
It's only they just finished throwing practice rocks. They threw draws both ways, so wide open here. So
And he just saw
Brad
this path too.
saw it
This is a
coming
little
down.
bit more. This is more ice though than the
Yeah.
previous shot. So final stone of the first end. Brad Jacobs looking to touch the 8 foot. Looking to settle into the full 8 foot. Ben Heber
Ben is on.
Breckland on the sweep. The boys are working on
Boys
it.
are working.
They need to be full 8 for 2, and
All right, boys, get it back.
it'll settle into the back 4. It's a score of 2 for Team Jacobs. They have the lead 2-0. We'll be back after this.
L and ACPA, going beyond accounting and tax. The assurance that experienced professionals that care are committed to providing you financial confidence and helping you reach your goals. We listen, we analyze, we advise, we deliver.
Welcome back to the Astec Safety Challenge. Draw number 7, day 2. We have Scott Howard and Brad Jacobs. Brad scored 2 in the first end, up 2-0, playing the Red Rocks. So he's chose to come into the top 4. And Scott, see where he puts the broom down.
Right you are, Dusty. You've got Dusty and you've got Lindsay coming to you from beautiful Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan. It is a gorgeous day out there today, and what a better place to spend your time than at the curling rink. So welcome to joining us at the Lloyd Curling Club.
Great day. For those of you not familiar with Lloydminster, it's Canada's only border city. It's the border runs right down Main Street, and one side is Alberta, one side Saskatchewan. There's a
Really
couple
gotta go
different
line, too.
rules. There's a couple different things. The curling rink is probably 3/4 of a mile into the Saskatchewan side.
Great place to
Beautiful
live, great place to grow up,
Great place,
great place to
Keep
work.
going.
We like being here a lot. So.
Beautiful facility. We have 6 sheets live today. Sheet 1 and Sheet 8 are covered. Sheet 1 is grandstands, bleachers all over, fans all over. Sheet 2 is the VIP lounge, 2 big screens out there. Great action, great ice. Everyone's having a good time. The place has been sold out since they put the tickets for sale. Great sponsorship. So it's been a wonderful couple days so far. We're looking forward to 2 more of these great days at the Astec Safety Challenge.
That's right. And if you're not here in Lloyd watching, you're watching online. We thank you for that. Hey, Dad, check this out. We got Tyler. He's watching from New Zealand, but
Nice.
originally from Newfoundland. That's how I have to say, Newfoundland. Michelle is watching from Gull Lake, Alberta. Dawn is watching from Saskatchewan. We got
Wow.
Jennifer watching from West Quebec. Robin's watching us from Fort McMurray. Pardon me, not us. They're watching Team Jacobs and Team Howard. Liz specifically is watching the Cam brothers from Fort Myers, Florida.
Wow.
Awesome.
What's Liz's connection, I wonder?
Well, I don't know, Liz. Big fan of the Cam
Big fan of
boys.
the Cam.
And isn't that nice? The curling is such a family sport
It
too.
is.
So I'm sure,
It's a great family
you know,
sport.
these guys playing together feels right at home having a father-son coach skip situation as they have before, right? Scott was playing
Line's good.
third for
Bit of room.
Glenn for many years prior to this. So that's great.
Line's good.
Yeah, you see a lot of that happening all over the place. It's just like ourselves here. We're now coaching
boys,
Lakeland
come on, you gotta
College
go on this
together,
one.
Yes.
which is a facility. It's part of our Lloydminster Vermilion
right, that's
facilities we have here in Alberta.
You know, and I'm not as familiar with the small towns in Ontario, but I'm sure it's very similar to the small towns in Alberta and Saskatchewan,
It would
where,
be.
hey, you need another player, you're going to get your younger brother, your younger sister to join in, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And they're going to wear your old shoes that are 2 sizes too
Next
big.
thing you know, Grandma and Grandpa and Aunt and Uncles, and they're all following everybody around. So
That's right.
That's
That's,
why
how
we-
it all begins.
that's why we get all these people tuning in from all over on holidays or wherever they may be living. So that's great.
Well, yeah, it's certainly a game to love, and it's a lifelong game too. All right, we got a hello from Carp, Ontario. A hello from Brantford, Ontario.
Out Ontario.
Can he say hi to Ridge Rock Brewery for me? Okay, Rick, we sure will. Linda is cheering from Garson, Ontario. We got Aline is here from Sault Ste. Marie. Jeez Louise. KM is watching from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and so is Karen in Nova Scotia too. So thank you folks for tuning in. We're happy to bring this to you today.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to bring this to you. So Scott Howard, as he carries on the family, he's got a lot of support out in Ontario, and he's even got a lot of support out west here. We know that for sure.
Whoa, yep. Really got to go. Well,
Calling for the run back, settling for the peel.
Kind of probably a little tight just by the way they yelled at right out of the up as we
It is
let
way
go.
tight.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Here we go. Thanks for confirming that.
Thank you. We love that honesty from these teams.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've said it once, we'll say it again here. These teams are not meaning to spark any sort of aggravation to or get angry at anybody, but you need that honesty. You don't want to be scratching your head when you're sitting in the hack and wondering how that rock ever missed.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a trust and an honesty thing, and we appreciate that communication from the teams. Speaking of good communication, did you know that Team Jacobs is coached by Paul Webster? And he's out here right now, too. I know he's sitting downstairs behind the glass. I'm sure we'll glance on him in his green and black jacket down there, too. But a special hello to Paul.
A chance to talk to Paul yesterday. We've spent a lot of time together in the junior curling program through Alberta for all the years.
Oh, my goodness. How many years did Paul run the Alberta Rocks camp?
Great person for that. He did a lot of work, a lot of tireless work for junior curling in Alberta for many, many years.
And Paul, I know you're not listening right now because you're coaching, but I want you to know that all of your former coaches are watching this broadcast right now. You got Evan watching. He's done school now. You've got Kyle watching. Sumo is watching. Corey Reynolds is watching. So thanks, Paul, for all that you do for curling.
Paul has his own legacy and his own following.
That's
It's
right.
a great guy. You see him all over. He's always willing to talk old times, talk curling, talk anything you like. Yeah.
And you know what? It was him who had set me up at Fusen Curling Camp back in 2016 as a coach there. And I got the pleasure of meeting Team Gosjans, who's on our sheet next to us. And speaking of, I better give you a little score update here. So Gosjans actually is down now, 1-0 against Team Retornez. Team Eid has taken the lead over Team Tau, 1-0. Team Kui is up 1-0 over Manners. Team Hosali continues to keep scoring lots of points. They're up 3-0 over Team Pierce. And Team Adine is up 2-0 over Team Balance. So lots of great, exciting games. If you've got your tickets here in Lloydminster, folks, the workday is done. Come on down. The beer is cold. The curling is hot. Come on down and check it out.
Can't beat that. Got some great food up here. We got a lunch smorg, dinner smorg, plus all your other foods on the line.
That's right. We got Louie in the kitchen.
Oh, it's done
so
a
you
great
know it's
job.
going to be a good day when Louie's in the kitchen.
You
You and I have had, what have we done? 4 games. We've had 8 meals here.
That's correct.
That means 8 meals. And Louie's keeping us fed and happy. And so thank you so much, Louie and Lex, for being in the kitchen there.
And 2 days to go.
Yes. Yeah, this event starts on Wednesday and finishes on Saturday to accommodate all these world-class teams here that are going to go on to play in the Slam. So again, we can't thank your sponsors enough, teams, for allowing you the opportunity to travel both here and then they go across the country too. So speaking of sponsors, we better make sure that we thank ours. The Astec Safety Challenge presented by Wild Rose Pumps and Compression and us. Also want to thank Strathcona Resources, MNP, and Arby's Lloydminster. Those are some big sponsors that we see around town, and we appreciate all you do. So tell us what's going on here in the game now, Dad.
Well, there's got a lot of rocks up front, one on the button. So Jacobs just kind of blocked that hole up for Scott, and Scott's trying to figure out how he wants to make some room.
I think you're around the horn peel, is that the call?
Around the horn peel. There's actually one lonely rock sitting on the red rock of Jacobs sitting on the button, and it's 5 out front. So we'll see what comes out of this shot.
Yep. Hard.
Ooh.
Over it goes.
Tough one.
Got a couple out, but I just kind of moved on him a bit, and it just kind of rubbed and pushed the red one back. So Scott will
Such a
replace.
tough call.
Yeah.
Such a tough shot to play
Very
too.
tough, yeah. So
I know you needed to make a move on something to open it up. Just an unfortunate lay there from the Howard team. Now leaving Team Jacobs sitting
two. So
you know,
no,
on either
Brad-
end. They've set the trap, if you will, around the button there.
Yeah, and Brad will set up another guard here. So Mark.
Jacob teams is up by 2. Mark Kennedy shooting. Looking to throw up a guard.
Well, you notice a lot of these teams, all these teams with all the great sweepers, they just lay the rock down, and this front end will bring it right in for you. They know exactly where it's going. They swept many rocks. They've thrown many rocks, and the ice is so good here.
Yep.
The rocks are good. They just papered them again last night. Got a little bit more curl in them. That's Darren Moldings. Thanks to that, he's had the boys in late last night after the last draw. Here's a nice shot.
Like you say, the best in the world sweeping. For sure the best in Canada right now. There's Brett Gallant, who just recently became our Canadian mixed doubles champion with his wife Jocelyn. Hello, Jocelyn. I'm sure you're watching from home right now, so we want to give you a special hello to you. Really exciting stuff. We watched them play just such a dominant performance. They went completely undefeated during the whole event there. So they will represent Canada at the Olympics this year in the mixed doubles discipline. So
Jocelyn, another Alberta girl that I've had the pleasure of coaching against and seeing her grow up and play through. Nice
really
shot.
good
Nice
shot.
run back. Yep.
Holy cow, Matt Cam.
Great shot.
Let's see that guy again.
Shot, shooter.
What are you going to say, 20, 25 foot run back double? Really, really well done. Well called, well swept, well thrown.
Excellent shot.
That's a great 4-person shot right there. Whoa. Don't worry, I'll narrate it. He ran it back 25 feet, executed the perfect double, and the run back stone came out of play.
Out of my hand, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not touching it
World
yet.
class curling all
then it was
around.
like
We get to see this
curl.
all day,
Yeah, like
front
curl.
row seats.
Really happy.
We're very fortunate. We're very happy to be presenting it to all of you that are checking in online with us. We appreciate that. We've heard from a few of you. I've had a few texts today. I had a few phone calls. Got one phone call from a friend of mine in Red Deer who's used to curl with me here in Lloydminster.
Oh, no, wait, who's that?
Yeah, my buddy Shane Brooks.
Oh, Shane. Hello,
Yeah.
special hello to Shane.
Excellent. He said, what a great event to watch. He said on TV, he said, I know I've thrown a few rocks on that sheet there, he said. And very nice to hear from him again. He's doing well.
Looks like a rock.
So thanks a lot for getting hold of us and keeping in touch.
Nice draw opportunity here from Team Jacobs. Team
Just a
Jacobs up
little.
by 2. Team Howard with the hammer. Just the skip rocks here to come.
I just think like.
That was a little deeper than Brad wanted.
8 foot, not an easy chase, but it's up
I'm
to you.
okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
This looks like a chase.
You hit and roll, or you don't, or you nose it. Problem is,
It's probably gonna be a force. Like if you,
it's gonna be a force.
well, I'm gonna have some sort of board weight blank.
Blank.
Like if I could absolutely place it, you put it right there. It just seems like the
You
chase
like that,
is easy.
Tim? Because I'm thinking we hit this anywhere and he makes a good roll, we're playing a board weight blank.
It's so important these games are a second end, and they're having a great conversation. The whole team's involved.
Yes, it is. You don't think he can chase it, eh? If you, yeah, like shot is really good right there.
Scott seeing his way. He doesn't want to give up the easy force to one here. That's why he's not going after that rock in the back. He's thinking he can still get his deuce if he perfectly places it right on the Aztec, the S of Aztec up there in the top 8 foot. And that way the chase is off. They're
Full
saying,
8 foot's all you need.
can Brad
Top four
Jacobs
is
dig
too
that
much.
rock out at that point? They're saying no. So he's going to take his chance on getting a skip's deuce here. First rock of the end here for Scott Howard.
Felt good to me.
A little bit, Jay.
We know this path curls.
Line's good.
Yes, it does.
Easy, it looks hard. It's hard. Where?
Line's good.
Over curling. Yep.
They're looking for the top
Over
8.
curl.
Great, yeah.
No, it's got
It's curling a lot. Just settles into the top 4, still touching
pretty
the
good,
center
yeah.
line.
Yeah, come out a little bit on the other side, yeah.
Open on the other side, yep.
Yeah.
I come off a hill, eh?
Yeah.
Came off a hill.
Came off a hill, yeah. We've seen the hill for,
If our two-way mics could work, we would say yes. Yes, it does.
yeah.
So to coin the phrase used earlier, yep, the Jacobs team will chase after this yellow rock. They'll stick their shooter around. They'll get a little flop to the outside and force the Howard team there to make a nice draw. So if we were to see into the future 2 shots, I'm sure that's how it's going to play out. But hang on to your hats, folks. Here comes the final stone from Brad Jacobs in this second end of the Astec Safety Challenge.
I guess I'd go curls more. It's actually not bad.
A hair more, yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Hebert, Brett Gallant sweeping. Mark Kennedy in the house. They will remove the yellow stone and a little flop to the outside, leaving the Jacobs team sitting 1 and 2. Just a nicely managed shot here from this team.
Tough.
Such good communication. Nice back and forth curl sweep. Sweeping from the front end.
There.
Scott has chosen to throw the same, just through this rock. He knows the line, he knows the weight.
Now put your coaching hat back on here.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice if you have the option to throw the same shot twice in a row?
It is great.
The other board is available, there's a hit available, but no, you've just thrown this.
That is correct.
Stick to what you know here in this second end, especially facing 2. Here's the last stone at the end for Team Scott Howard. Down 2, needs to touch the 4 foot
Yep.
to score.
Easy early. Easy. Go ahead and curl.
It's got room.
You got it.
It's on its own.
Catch that curl.
Oh,
They need the backing. They'll play down to it, and will that be enough?
yeah.
1 yellow, yeah.
They
It'll
should
be
won,
1
yeah.
yellow, so a score of 1 for Team Howard. Team Jacobs has the lead 2-1 after 2 ends of play.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome back to the Astec Safety Challenge in beautiful
Line's
Lloydminster.
okay, line's
After
okay,
2
wait,
ends,
Weight's good.
Team Jacobs
No, we
got
gotta
2, Team
Yeah,
Howard
always
1.
curl. Curl, curl, curl.
That's right, both these teams are in the B event here at the
Dig,
Astec
dig,
Safety
dig, dig,
Challenge. They're looking to advance further on to a position to qualify here at our event from Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan. In the third end here, we've got Jacobs with the hammer. They lead 2-1, as Dad said. And Dad, I see a lot of orange shirts out here today when I look around the crowd at our live event here in Lloydminster, and we want to make sure that we thank our volunteers.
That is correct. We have a lot of volunteers. They're a big part of this whole process. It all starts with a great team from Astec Safety Crew. They have a management team that puts all this together for everyone. Very well organized, very well run, and then they get the support of the community, great sponsors, as you'll hear during the course of the game, and great help from everyone. So it's a well-oiled machine here. That's why it sells out every year, and it sells out quick. Great sponsorship and a lot of help.
So here's our big thank you to It's Time Promotions. We want to thank Maz Entertainment, our own fellows over here at the production line, Groovy Entertainment. We've got Musgrave Agencies. Now, the special thing about Musgrave Agencies and Team Jacobs is that they put on a junior curling clinic for us on Tuesday. And with that, it was really special. We had the whole Jacobs team come in. They invited some of the other players and some of the other teams to help them out with this. And Musgrave Agencies put on that clinic. Here's a little shot of that here in the corner of your screen. We've got a few members of the Balance team, a few members of the Eve team. We had Nicholas Adine out working with them, and then all of the Gosjens team from Netherlands helping out.
Really got to go line.
60 kids came out and learned from the very best in the world. Ben Hebert was teaching sweeping. Mark Kennedy was teaching how to throw hard. Brett Gallant was teaching line of delivery. Nicholas Adine was teaching fantastic spinner shots. There was kids from the Lloydminster and area, Chauvin, Bonnyville, Vermilion, Kid Scotty, lots of kids coming in to have a great time and learn a lot.
We are also halfway at Lloydminster between Edmonton and Saskatoon, so we had a lot of students coming from out there.
Too.
Yeah, they all came out, so it's a great opportunity for everyone.
And I just don't think you get that kind of experience anywhere else. Look at that group. It was such a great crew of people.
Yeah,
and the young kids came too as their teams. We had a couple U18 provincial champions and a U20 provincial champions that came. They got such valuable information that they're not going to get anywhere else.
Great turnout, and like Lindsay was saying, that was all led by Team Jacobs. So it's a
thank you,
great
Team
thank
Jacobs,
you, everyone.
and thank you Musgrave Agencies for putting that on too for us.
Just another example of why they all love to come here. They just love everything about that.
All right, Jacobs, speaking of, is sitting 2 in the house right now.
Hack.
Now a little bit about this Scott Howard team. They've had quite the year. We mentioned a bit earlier that they were the runners-up at the New Floors Penticton Curling Classic. They finished 3rd at the Stu Sells Collingwood Classic and Brantford Classic. They represented Team Ontario at the 2024 Montana's Brier, so that was last year's Brier. And they're in the 2025 Ontario Tankard, hoping for a return trip to the Brier. I think their chances are looking really good.
Very good, yeah.
I think they happen here in 2 weeks' time. I believe that Ontario Tankard is going on January 20th.
Well,
26th.
a team well put together, there's no doubt about that. As we mentioned earlier, their coach, Glenn Howard, you can't ask for a finer coach than that.
No, you don't need to curl it. You definitely do not need to curl it.
Nice swept, yeah. Excellent. Got the nice little inside
well
roll.
Thrown, really nice shot there, leaving Team Howard. Shot stone in the back 4-foot. Now the Jacobs team has had a really exciting year too. Do you want to give us the heads up on that?
I would, yeah. They've we talked about the New Floor Penticton Classic they won earlier in the year, but here's a great little stat here. All 4 of the players have played in the Olympics. 3 have won gold medals, which is a great feat. So Brad, Mark, and Ben, and totally they have 52 Grand Slam of curling titles between the 4 of them. So that is a great resume. That's an
pretty
unbelievable resume.
52 Grand Slam titles between the 4 of them.
And then, as you mentioned earlier, Brett and his wife Jocelyn just won the mixed doubles Canadian Championship. So they'll be representing us at the Olympics. So it's quite a team put together. Yeah, we're very fortunate again to be sitting here presenting that to all our fans out there of the game of curling and game of sports, game fans of these 2 teams. So
yes,
it's
certainly
just
some high caliber curling.
Man,
and on the one hand, they've got a really dominant performance in the province of Ontario, and on the other side, we've got a bunch of Olympians here. They're all playing like it, absolutely, so far this game.
High half, Scott. Line's good. Hey, line's good. Half. Line's good. Let it stop. Let it stop. Let it stop. Nice shot, Jay.
We better mention a few more sponsors here. We want to thank Store Right for their sponsorship. We want to thank Lakeside Pharmacy for their sponsorship, as well as Bar Engineering.
Too bad he's not killing them.
And on the bumpers back there, we want to send a special thank you to Fountain Tire. So thank you to those companies here in Lloydminster and area for your support.
Very close.
Another center guard, and Brad Jacobs going to remove it. It's going to, there we go.
That'll send that
That'll
yellow
send-
stone
Clean it
out
up.
of
Can't
the
really
way.
risk it, Maddie. I think
One
just
more
go
look
ahead.
at
Yep.
that shot.
Beautiful shot. Clean up the
Unlock
whole
the
front.
clutter in the front, eh?
Yeah. Roll out of the way yourself and open it up. So Brad Jacobs
Great
with the
shot there
hammer
from
up
Brad.
one, and he's got a second shot in the back. So
I thought it was hit the back one.
Scott's has one guard to come
Get
around.
the
It's a
back,
corner
Scott.
guard. And that's what he's chosen to call here.
Well, they don't have
It's not
hammer.
bad right there.
I got to chase.
Go there, sit two, one undercover.
It's up to you.
Wide. Wide.
This is just Matt's first of
And
the end.
overcurl it.
Playing precise.
It's your third first. You need to quite bail at this point just yet. Your opponent's rock is wide open.
It's, yeah.
You hit this. He's playing this.
Oh my goodness. Was I talking
Was
as
you
though I
talk-
had the wrong color? Yeah, kind of a little bit. Sorry.
We're pretty good here.
There we go.
Nope, never mind. Everybody go back in time and forget what I just said. And remember that the Howard team are shooting the yellow rocks here. This is a fantastic call. Around the corner guard. I mean, their opponent's rock is wide open, in fairness.
Yeah.
All right. Matt Cam with his first.
Bit of room.
Scott Howard's had a chance here to bury one, and if nothing else, hold
Curl.
Brad
curl.
to one.
Line's gonna be close. Curl. 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 Keep going. Keep going, boys. Keep going. Keep going. Good scrub.
Hard
That's
on
fine.
the sweep there from
Scott.
Tim March.
Very nice sweep
And
behind
that'll
the guard.
leave the Howard team sitting shots 1 and 2.
Sorry.
Oh, look, there's Darren.
Darren Molding is our
I need to throw 5
guest
feet more.
ice maker, as we said. He's got the
No, it doesn't feel
watch
like
his clock, stop watching his hand, and he's out
Because I
here all
haven't thrown a
game.
draw
Like we've
yet,
talked about this before.
Yeah, keeping an eye on things.
Never leaves. He just watches what everybody's doing.
Okay.
You see them adjusting the thermostat on the wall.
Like the weight I should
Yeah, always active. They don't just lay the ice down and pebble it. They
Yep.
they keep track of everything. You'll see him every so often. He'll have a chat with a player. Just
I
to
know
see
as
how
I was
everything
coming up
is.
here to our own local guys, Brian McClaskey and Graydon Lomas were behind the glass watching the ice as well. So they're on the
Yep.
warm side, keeping an eye on things on the other side.
There's-
We really want to thank our ice crew. They've done a fabulous job. Here comes Mark Kennedy's first rock of the end.
He's changed his intern.
Sweeping to get by, and we'll just
Ooh.
rub off the guard, but watch
There's-
this. Okay.
That's an interesting. You
All
don't
right,
see that
well,
very
there's
often.
a
That
plan,
kind of
plan
took
B
off on
here.
him.
I think that surprised them a little bit.
It did, yes, it did.
Right, moved a little bit more than they thought. But we know never give up on a curling shot. Something could always happen too. So I would say that's an important 6 feet that the skip sweeps. So good heads up there from Brad Jacobs to see what was going on behind him.
So they like this call now, as I do. Knows that. And sit three. Now the big force is on. That's what you're after here. Without the hammer.
Yep. Whoa.
Matt
Easy.
Cam, final stone for him.
Whoa. Curl. Whoa. Curl. 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 Hard Tim. Hard Tim.
And it will just hang on. Worth looking at twice. From this point of view, it's not. But once you're over
What's
it,
that?
it might be 2 at
Yeah, it was
least
lots.
for the Howard team.
Good throw. That did
In
not
the rings
do
right
much.
now, Team Jacobs
No.
does have the hammer.
That ran a lot straighter than I thought.
A little bit of information forward here.
What? Arch changed his intern.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Looks like it was gone out of his hand.
Looks like it was gone out of
shot,
his
bud.
hand is the feedback I heard. So maybe a bit of an adjustment here too from the ice
I
that
thought
we
it was
saw.
running the same as draw the button, but
Yeah.
no.
Brad is
no.
quick to put the broom down.
all
He
you
knows
really
exactly what he wants Mark to throw.
Much more better. I'd say that's fluorescent.
Yeah, past team roster for sure had this same back end of Brad Jacobs and Mark Kennedy. So probably a happy reunion for the two of them, getting to be back together.
Everything, Matt. Everything.
Both teams sweeping, one to keep it in play, one to push it out.
Fair low, buddy?
What's that?
Fair low.
Hair low. I was thinking
He
like
gets
really
shot
low.
rock out of that. So
Yep, it'll hang on for shot back there.
Well, isn't that close to a triple?
I was thinking,
Okay. That's a triple. This is
that's pretty good.
that's pretty good. That's pretty
Scott's going to play it. Being shot rock, he'll play it.
Rolling over here, too good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Normal.
Trying to decide where he's going to
I'm
go
gonna try to
to.
roll you like here. There's triple.
That's pretty good right there, isn't it?
You want to roll like a rock or two. Yeah.
Right there.
So are you rolling 2 feet or are you rolling 6 feet? Is kind of the discussion right
Yeah.
now that they're
I don't know.
determining.
Like yours kind of fooled me, Maddie.
I know. I think it's going to run the same.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I was back too much.
Right there, normal.
Yeah.
Got Matt offering his point of view here. He saw his round pretty straight in this spot too. So just
Trying to roll it like 2 rocks Jay's way.
sharing
Not
the
too far,
information
though, like,
forward. Looking
just
for a
2
2 rock
rocks.
roll.
Yeah. Normal. Normal. Both be ready.
Instructions are laid out.
Here comes
Scott
the first rock
Howard's-
at the end for Scott Howard.
Yeah. Everybody knows their role. Everybody's ready to go.
Curl. Hard curl. Straight. Clean. Straight.
1 rock, 2 rock.
1, 2, yeah, pretty close. A little
Pretty
more
close,
than 2,
pretty
very
darn
close.
good.
Yeah, again another example of some great sweeping from
Good
the
shot
front
there.
end there.
Yeah, the sweep to curl, then quickly back again. The sweep to stay straight.
Firm on Ye.
They will to stick around.
Mud. Pretty good. Didn't hit hard.
No.
Really sneaky straight there.
Yeah. A little tight on
That's
you, got it
trying to
back.
Queuing up the
That's what I
potential
thought.
triple.
Got it going a bit.
I'm not sure about that back one, if it's in or not. It's hard to tell from where we were looking. So they must.
Let's see
Yeah.
what the decision here for the weight was. We'll hear from Brad.
She's going this way? Yeah. This way.
I think he's going easy. Looks like guys the other way.
Yes. Is he going to take on the blank?
What's that, buddy?
Is he going to take on the blank if I nose it?
I don't know.
Oh, he's trying to make it perfect, I guess.
First shot of the third end here for Brad Jacobs. Brett Gallant, Ben Hebert sweeping.
He's definitely rolling this way. I'd say low.
And a little roll over top. On the other one, no.
Yeah, looking to roll a little further over
Yeah,
top of that one in the
not.
back 12 foot.
Probably this, eh, Maddie?
However, important to stick around there.
Yes.
You don't want to allow Scott a free draw for anything.
like
So
normal.
important to stick around,
Right
important
there.
to be shot.
Probably curl hair, eh?
It'll curl a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, this run will be pretty gradual.
Try to roll it a rock your way, maybe?
Now,
What's
terms
that?
like that, Dusty, gradual, that's a nice, descriptive word that we have here. And I know you and I both coach the Lakeland College curling team here in Lloydminster and Vermilion. And just those types of verbs that you can talk about, right? In descriptive words.
Yep.
Yep.
Right, just a little bit of an
Whoa.
expectation for
Yep.
the broom holder to know what this
Exactly.
rock is going to do.
Yeah.
So final shot
Big
here for
scrub.
Scott Howard.
Gradual.
Gradual curl and a little
there it
roll
is.
in front of
Yeah,
their own.
Exactly, yeah. Nice.
Very nicely managed from
Yeah,
all 4
very nice.
players.
Good scrub.
Well laid down. Oh, well executed. Exactly. Yeah, that was a
Good sweep there
Yeah.
from Tim to hold the rock over.
nice curling stone. Yeah, third end. So
Just a nose hit here for a single point for Team Jacobs.
Trying to get, yeah. Good four-bomb. Hit me in a run.
third end. Team Jacobs for the last rock here. They're up 2-1.
Good force.
Great force. Gets in his guard halfway and get a good end going.
Yep. Agreed.
Nose goes, as they say. The hit and stick is what they need.
Not be throwing that.
Brett Gallant on the scrub.
A nice
And
shot.
it's made.
Well
That'll be a
executed.
score of 1
Good
for
one.
Team Jacobs. They'll take the lead 3-1 after 3 ends of play. And we'll be back after this.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Astec Safety Challenge. We're very pleased that you're all here with us. We have a great game going on by two really good teams. Nobody's given much to anyone else. The fourth end with Brad Jacobs throwing the red stones, leading 3-1. We have a nice third. My name is Dusty Makachuk, and alongside my daughter Lindsay, and we've been talking about volunteers. We were talking about ice makers with our guest ice makers. December 24th of this year, Lindsay, we had an incident here.
Yes.
Our local guys come to check the ice, and there was a mechanical issue.
And aren't we happy that at our own home club here, our ice makers are dedicated enough that on Christmas Eve they're checking meters and they're coming down to the club.
Knife it.
We're good.
Fortunately, they did because something had happened mechanically, like
Jay.
you say, a failure,
Gotta
and
go
our
distance,
whole
too.
arena
Gotta go
had melted. You guys, the ice was soup. It was a big mess, and
Shut.
they took action right away to start cleaning up and putting the ice back in. I came out here on a week later. They worked tirelessly for 10 days straight to repaint the ice, to reset the lines, reset the logos, to take care of the rocks, to do a ton of cleanup. Because if you have ever been part of a melt, you know how much of a chaos that is. And it sure was something. So I think for 10 days straight, Brian and Graydon, our ice makers here, were around the clock watching things. And then, Dad, you remember they put out a call to the volunteers.
Put out a call, a big call, and they've got volunteers coming from all over. There's people coming over. A lot of the curling club came out. A lot of the locals came out. The city came in to help.
I'm pretty sure everybody in the club, everybody that curls
Everybody
here,
was
came in
here.
and lent a hand in
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form.
And with the great news, we've talked before, we've listened to Brian say it got so much help. He said people calling him, and he actually turned away some help. He said, we have enough, and he was
He
so
said the
grateful.
ice can only freeze so fast. Thank you for
Yeah.
offering.
He was so grateful. What a great opportunity, great thing to have when you have too many volunteers. So
we really, the people that curl here in Lloydminster, we're so grateful to you for caring about the sport, caring about this building, and caring about this event enough, and your own leagues, and wanting
everyone.
to curl,
Yeah,
that you
everybody
give
wants to
that your
play.
time.
And they had a motor they needed worked on and everything. So R&L
Gotta
Electric
curl,
was
gotta curl ton.
opened up for them during the holidays and repaired it for them. So it was a big,
Come on,
big
Jay, you gotta move
community
this
help.
a ton.
And city.
And you know what? The more I think about this, and the more I tell this story,
Come
you
on,
think
Jay.
of unfortunate things that happen, and oh, isn't that too
Come on,
bad?
Jay.
And I know that Brian, he
Jay.
didn't accept "oh, too bad"
scrub.
as an
No.
answer.
No.
He dug his heels and he said, "This ice isn't coming out until April."
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So really, really awesome to see that tenacity then
Yeah.
from Brian and from our whole club. So thank you. A lot had to happen in order for this, and we're not just saying that fluff words. We're saying a complete install had to happen in order to bring these curlers and this event to you. And so thank you. Thank you a million times to everyone who was able to put that on.
And that's why you're able to watch this today, this great event we have here, because all the effort that went in, and nobody said quit. Like I said, everybody said let's go.
We also want to make sure that we thank Industrial Scientific, we want to thank Brady Canada, and we want to thank Boundary Ford for their sponsorship here for this event. It's a lot of fun. We've got 24 of the world's finest here in Lloydminster this week. 8 are going to qualify. And what's on the line, Dad?
Total purse is $125,000. That is an unbelievable great purse for a 4-day event. Just the support they have here with the Astec group, the safety group here, and all the sponsorship they gather here. It's great to see. And here you've got like Team Jacobs. Actually, they're number 4 in the world and ranked number 3 in Canada. So you know there's a great sponsorship. And Team Howard is doing right up there with everyone else
Yeah, they
too.
sure are. Well, in Canada they're ranked 29th, and in the world they're ranked 29th. In Canada they're ranked 11th.
So these are just 2 of the amazing teams we have here that are challenging each other every day.
Can't call line.
Here's another nice shot. Spin back.
Bit of a tough one from Jason there.
Yeah.
If we look over again, just curled up a little bit there on the end. You need to hit that a little bit thinner to unlock everything and avoid hitting his own out. But I believe the Jacobs team sitting 2 now behind a guard. It is Scott Howard that has the hammer here in this 4th end of play. 8 end games.
Got a signaling just top of the button, just to the side a little bit, coming through the hole. He sees the hole and broom is down. Sweepers are ready.
Just looks like there might be a little something under the rock there too. Yeah. So Brett Gallant giving the bottom of his rock a little bit of an extra scrub. For all you young curlers out there watching, when you go in your setup and your delivery and you go to pull back and you feel your rock do something a little scratchy, do what Brett did and pause and clean off the bottom. Don't just throw because it's your turn. Make sure that the rock is exactly how you want it to be, and then make your shot count. There, that's my coaching tip of the day.
Excellent coaching. You've been paying attention.
Ben Hebert, Mark Kennedy.
Yeah. Oh.
Locking this rock right on the tee line.
So as Brett took the time to make sure his rock was ready, it's right where Brad had the broom.
And he made it count.
Make that double.
Really good. Excellent. So the Jacobs team will be sitting 3 right now.
7-8.
So
another run back here. Attempt from Jason Cam.
So Scott with the hammer, he has to open that up a bit. He's got his own, he's running his own back into it.
Whoa, curl.
Essentially just played this last shot.
Yeah.
Curl, 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 curl. Try.
Good, Jay.
Pretty close. Gets rid of one Jacob stone and has their own that watch the contacted stone where it ends up. Actually flops over nicely behind the corner guard there. That could come into play here for Scott later on in the end.
Yep.
Jacobs is sitting 1 and 2 right now. Oh, just kidding. He's going after.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a smart call.
Obviously a great call, yeah.
I mean, you don't get to be 4th in the world, 3rd in the country for nothing.
Yeah, with a 3-1 lead, you want to force them to their 1, and you'll always take that all day and carry on. So
here's the first rock here for Mark Kennedy.
The guards are so high though, eh? Like, you make this roll, it's why, like, you can go this way, but it's tough.
Even if you bury top 12, you probably can chase it.
I know.
We need them where this one is.
Yeah, exactly.
An easy takeout weight. make contact, remove the Howard stone, and flop just in front of their own rock. Really nice from Mark Kennedy there.
Nice controlled weight. Good sweepers. Controlled weight is the key there. Nice little roll.
Really good four-person shot.
Excellent, yeah.
Right, takes 4 people to make a really great shot here in today's curling.
Good, looking for
Here's
a
Matt
hit
has the
and roll.
option here to get the double and roll. Hey, would you say that?
That's what he's after, yeah. Yeah, with the hammer, he'd like to get his 2 here, tie the game up.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Close. Yep. Hard. Whoa, yep.
Tim March on the sweep.
Yep. Big roll, big roll, big roll. Whoa,
Working hard on it.
Yes.
And that's just enough to get second shot. Really good shot there.
And folks, we're very fortunate to be watching this great shot, making another great shot here.
Check that out. Look how much it rolls. Oh, we got so excited calling the roll. Scott remembered to sweep it out.
Yeah.
Fantastic shot. Fantastic shot.
That went pretty far. The roll?
Both teams, both sides. Everybody's into the game. Everybody's playing
we
great.
didn't hit much of it,
It's fun to watch.
They were kind of like
Hope
this
you're all
did.
enjoying
We hit
it
this
wherever
one.
you're from.
Yeah.
Give us a text and
Great
say
shot.
hello, and we'll keep saying hello back to you. Lindsay's going to check on it right now, seeing who's all out there.
Oh, Chris is here from Sault Ste. Marie.
Nice.
Gary's watching from Sackville, New Brunswick.
Nice.
All right, Reg is watching here from St. Albert.
Yes, the Reg we
No,
know.
not that Reg, different
No,
Reg. Well, I don't
different.
know. Hard to say, right? Different last name, but different username.
Yeah.
So that's good. We appreciate you tuning in here. These guys are working nice and hard on the live stream.
Then we have
So Howard is sitting second shot right now. Final shot here from third, Matthew Cam.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Curl, curl, whoa. Curl, clean, clean. Yep, whoa. Curl, clean, curl, 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 curl. Big roll, big roll, big roll.
Big roll to the other side, and he'll tuck a piece of that behind the corner guard, and the Howard team will be sitting first and second. Good scrub there from
Thought we had lots of ice.
Jason trying to pull that
that's
over
okay,
a little
it's
bit.
fine.
Nice.
I
That's all you
see
really needed.
there's a game that's ended already. Oops, sorry, Ryan.
I know. I hope.
Over there on
Look like a lot. Yeah. Good throw.
sheet 6,
Hard?
we see
6?
that Team Hosely
Yeah,
was up 6-1 over Team Pierce
Yes.
after just 3 ends, and they've shaken hands and they've concluded the game.
Well, that's they've got to play another game, so that's why they think. Yeah, that was an elimination game.
No, so that was a
that's-
back-to-back game.
so
Yeah, that's right too. Both teams
6-1
are in
after
the
4.
B-side.
Yeah, you've got to
Well, if you
cut
go
your
on
losses
here
and
at 7:30, may as well give yourself a bit of
Yeah.
a rest.
yeah, cut your losses and go again. Yeah, you still got to qualify.
Okay. Well, back to our sheet. Here we go. We've got Brad Jacobs throwing his first rock of this end.
It would be interesting what he plays. Right? Yeah. Chases it. Probably not hitting that one. I don't think so. He doesn't have much air, right?
Sweepers already. Brad's set. Here comes the rock. He's playing a nice controlled hit and roll.
Ben Hebert hard with the sweep. Rolling over, heads up roll from Brett Gallant. It's going, it's going. Settles in nicely behind
Nice
their
shot.
own guard.
Yeah.
Really great shot. Well
Nice shot.
swept,
Just
well
watch
called,
it.
well thrown.
Watch the roll over there, and Brett jumps all over it.
Right on the nose.
Yeah. Mark's watching the line for the
You
guard.
know, it's that heads up readiness
Yeah, I know.
sweeping that you see that really put these guys ahead of of your average curler, right?
Is it going to go that
You
crazy?
know, you watch some league games sometimes and, oh, we've made it by the guard. We're going to make contact. I'll back off. But no, these excellent world-class athletes, here they are. They're scrubbing every single inch out of these rocks to get every advantage they possibly can. And it's those details that make the difference. So isn't that exciting to watch?
Slower than this track? I think so.
Both teams playing very well. It's fun to watch. We have a lot of fans, a lot of knowledgeable Lloydminster fans here. There's a lot of curling community here, a big curling community, and they love their game, and they love to volunteer, and they love to watch, and they'll be here early in the morning.
Great to see it too, live, right? We can all take a tip or two from these guys. I mean, you know, they've had years and years and thousands of rocks of experience.
No more.
Yeah, you hear a lot. You hear a lot of stories. We drove in from Macklin. We drove in from there, and we're talking in middle of winter, so they're coming from all over to watch this great event.
We need back 4.
Well, freeze chance here now for Team Howard.
Okay, line's good. Line's good. Easy. Room.
You got Tim and Jason sweeping.
No bounce on this line.
Matt's calling the line.
Go. You got to be here. Come on, boys. You got to dig. You got to dig on this one.
Dig in, boys, is the call.
Dig. Go. Keep going.
Really good scrub there. Really good scrub from Jason and Tim. It just slowed down a little bit on them, a little lighter than they wanted it to be. It'll still leave the Jacobs team shot. So let's see if we can hear anything from these guys.
I felt I deserved better than that.
It just runs weird down the sheet. Like, it looks like the handles come up.
Yeah.
Remember that come around you did? We were trying to go top 8, and that thing over curled by a mile.
Oh, yeah.
Third draws aren't over curling there.
No.
I think something's wrong with that thing.
Yeah. The speed, Matt, like, I think are
So
different too.
if you're Team Jacobs, you want to be sitting 1 and 2 by the time this rock is done. He's considering splitting the house here so he doesn't give an automatic double setup or even run double setup. That shot that Scott just threw essentially is wide open, so he can use it. Scott can use it for a run back opportunity.
Yeah.
So by playing around this corner.
Yeah, so they can never use it, so that basically you'd be forcing them to his 1. Is what the call
and
is.
get buried so there's no cross house double either, right?
Yeah, sit your 2 and force them to the 1, and you'll take that all day.
Yeah, this will be a really precise shot to be both buried and shot. Better than full 8's going to get it. So, final stone here for Brad Jacobs. They have a 3-1 lead over Team Scott Howard. This is the 4th end.
Yeah, of 8 ends, so they'll be halfway there right away with 2 more shots.
Ben Heber-Breckeland sweeping. Full 8 and buried.
Mark's saying line is good. Boys have changed the sweeping around.
Switch now, and they will.
They're tucked in right behind
Just
the guard.
touch that T-line right behind the guard.
Yeah, what turn do you like?
Great shot there from Team Brad Jacobs.
Yeah?
They will be sitting 1 and 2 here. So
that's where I took for draw the button, right?
We got to go here, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Scott's just trying to figure out the ice he needs to get by those couple rocks
That's
in the
not
front.
overcrowing the red.
He's got to be biting 4-foot for his 1.
Okay.
They've put the broom in place.
that's a nice point of reference that they just said too.
Yeah.
This was the side that this Howard team had played for their last stone draw during practice and their entire practice. So Scott referencing, this is where I took for my LSD. Yes, which got to the center line. You need to cross the center line, though, says our third Matt Cam.
No, I'll give you the difference.
So doing a little bit of math there to take a little bit less ice, adjust the throw.
Again, great conversation.
Absolutely.
Great conversation.
Final shot here in the 4th end. Scott Howard needs the 4-foot to score.
Look hard.
Pizza 4.
Needs
Line's
the
never an
4-foot.
issue. You don't have backing on this line.
Last shot
Yeah,
of
you
the
got backing now.
fourth end.
Line
Last shot
good.
coming in
Jason
nice.
Cam, Tim
Go
March
back in,
managing
go
the
back.
sweep. He needs the 4-foot, and he will get it. It's a score of 1 for Scott Howard. Jacobs
one
leads
yellow, yeah.
3-2 after
I don't
4
like
ends
that
of play, and we'll be back after this.
The official soundtrack to Canada's only border city. 1061, The GOAT. Stay connected with mylloydminsternow.com. The GOAT. Everything that rocks. 1061, The GOAT.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Astec Safety Challenge. This is Thursday afternoon. You're joining us here. My name's Lindsay. Here's my dad, Dusty. Dad, how's this game going?
This is a great matchup between two really good teams. Yeah, 1 point difference here after 4 ends. Only 4 ends left to go.
That's right. Team Jacobs has
I
the
can give one
lead
of mine.
3-2
I
over
like it.
Team Howard.
And I'll take one
Team
of yours.
Howard scored in the 4th end, so they'll be throwing the first rock, the yellow stone, start the 5th end. So what a great matchup we have here, and we have a lot of people watching online. We appreciate everybody coming out. You're watching a great game. And this is a B event team, so these teams are not eliminated. They will have to get to play again. So this is a big battle. It's a huge game to see where you end up.
Yeah.
And this is all said and done. So it's anybody's game still. It's wide open. So love to see it. Here's Tim March, lead for Mr. Team Scott Howard. And his task is a center guard, is what it's been called.
Gotta go.
In a room.
Better give a little
Make it
score
good, though.
update
Look
of the
light.
other games.
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
doing 2 live stream sheets
Curl
for
when you
you
can.
right now. We appreciate you tuning into that. But here's what's going on the other sheets. We've got Johnson Tao has taken the lead over Team Eid 3-2. Team Walter Gosjens has taken the lead 3-2 over Team Joel Retornes. Team Kevin Cooey is up 3-1 over local guys Scott Manners. The game next to them has concluded. Team Hosley won over Team Pierce 6-1. And then Team Balance and Team Dean are currently tied at 4 points apiece.
So
And you know, as we're looking around here, Dad, the stands are starting to fill in a little bit more. It's still Thursday. I keep forgetting.
Still
It's got a
Thursday.
very Friday, Saturday feel to it, but it's only Thursday. So the stands on the one side with general seating are full. The stands on the other side with VIP seating is nearly full. And I know up here I hear a lot of great chatter as I smell some delicious food, and that's sounding pretty full as well.
Something pretty full at all, yes. Yeah, the VIP lounge is filling in a lot of the businesses. It's after 5 o'clock here, so everybody has
5
time.
o'clock
so
somewhere,
it's
and
got to be
and
somewhere.
here it is in Lloydminster.
Might as well be here. Just a quick note of last year at this time to this year. It's been a 50-degree
You
swing
got lots of room.
in temperature.
Lots of
That's
room.
right. There was
50
teams
degrees.
that
Okay,
had
you got tons of room.
to call in some extra support in order to get to the rink because their vehicles had frozen.
Curl.
Last day of the event last year at the end, we were boosting vehicles in the parking lot, trying to get everybody on their way home. So it was a great event. Again, another great team effort. There's quite a difference in all the weather. So all the people coming out to support it, they sure appreciate this great weather.
Absolutely. We have a few thank yous to give out too. We've got Sobeys Lloydminster has provided so much for our community, and including stocking and keeping our lovely players lounge nice and full for these athletes to enjoy some nutritious snacks. So thank you to Sobeys Lloydminster. We've got the tent guys that help us set up all the flooring for the viewing areas as well as the pipe and drape. So thank you, tent guys. And we'd like to thank the GOAT 1061, our border rock station. World-class rock, as they say.
It is.
My favorite radio station here in Lloydminster. So thank you so much to the GOAT for your support of this event. All right, we're gonna flip gears here. Okay, coach.
Game on.
Lovely, lovely draw there from Team Jacobs. Really good from Ben Hebert to set this end up.
Yeah, and even Ben had to throw an intern at that.
That's right, too.
So as much as they talk about his outturn, he's can throw either side, so which is very nice. Yeah.
He is an Olympic champion.
He is an Olympic champion.
Absolutely. Lest we forget here. Actually, you know what's so funny about Ben is that he's actually, I don't mean to say actually in that term, he is a great person. Now, just this summer, remember we ran into Ben?
Yep.
Now, my nephew, your grandson, was doing a little bit of umpiring for the U18 girls basketball provincials here in Lloydminster.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And as we're watching, we're cheering for the umpire, and we're watching. And who should show up but Ben Hebert? And his daughter was playing in that event.
His daughter, she's a wonderful ball player also in her own right. She's quite an athlete, actually. So
fantastic Calgary-based team. I think they ended up doing really well at that event, too.
They did.
But, of course, Ben and his wife, no problem at all to have a chat with you and I and have a good visit about our summer and everything.
Great visit, and they shift gears from his own curling to his family. And yeah, we had a great conversation, so it's nice to see that.
So if you've been at a curling event, folks at home, you know how pleasant it is having a good conversation with Ben Hebert. So great guys on the ice, great guys off the ice.
Off the ice, they're all good, yeah.
And a nose hit there from Brett Gallant. That's going to put all the Jacobs Rocks in a position of control in this house here.
Yeah, they're controlling both sides.
Great sweeping for Ben, too, to avoid that jam on their own stone.
Controlling both sides, and they've got one in the top four. So Scott's going to have to make a move on him.
Like.
Jason Camp's thrown about 6 run-backs so far this game.
Yes, he has.
Certainly a weapon to have on this Howard team.
Executed them quite well. What do we? We have an issue.
I think one of the rocks maybe dribbled onto the other sheet here. I think he's looking for his rock.
We're D, yeah.
Oh.
We've got the foam bumpers, but at the back there, just for the ease of the scraper going through, we don't have any bumpers there. So sometimes the rocks happen to go onto the other sheets.
Place it for a red one. They must have threw it then.
So they want to straighten out.
Oh no, it's over on sheet 3.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know strategy. You're asking the wrong guy.
A good rock? Yeah, was it good?
Okay. So the Retornas team had.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Accidentally thrown one of the rocks. That's what's going on here.
Is there a rule?
So as you can see,
is there a rule? So now the Retornas team is going to have to move this stone.
It's a millimeter low. Nose is okay.
But the Gosgens team, of course, is in there too, so they need to make sure that it's pretty accurate. And you're going to see Joel Retornas using his feet as a point of measurement here. And Walter is going to judge and make sure that it was put back in approximately the right position.
Really hard.
That's just gentlemanly sportsmanship there.
It's great. It's
really nice shot from Jason. Amidst all that chaos, looks he makes the run almost double.
Great shot. He's thrown a lot
Check
of those.
this out. Fantastic sweeping.
Just out, maybe?
To hold that rock. Just about removes the second rock in play, but opens them up.
So in the sport of curling, all that everybody wants to win, everybody wants to take everybody on. When something like this, you see them all laughing, and there has been a little minor issue, and they all straighten it out, and everybody carries on. So it's one thing. It's a wonderful sport that way. That gentlemen handle it the perfect way, and they carry on. Everybody gets a bit of a chuckle.
They call that the spirit of curling in some places. The spirit of curling. It's where you're just good-natured about it.
Yeah.
No one was upset that the wrong rock was thrown.
No, they just.
No one's going to nickel and dime you about, I better stay here because it's on our sheet now. Nope, this is how we're going to deal with it, and off they go.
They handled it right. We placed it, and away you go, and everybody had a laugh about it, and we'll carry on.
We'll remind the folks at home, too, this is unofficiated play. There's no time clocks. There's no umpires. The teams are responsible for their own measuring and their own, dispute resolution, as we just saw here. So, what a great sport that we have. We're sure lucky to be part of it.
We are very fortunate.
What am I throwing now?
And we're very fortunate to be presenting it to a lot of people online that are watching it right now. And
And we better
lot of good
thank a couple
feedback.
people too for bringing it out
Oh,
here.
you bet.
We want to thank the Border Inns and Suites.
Pretty thick.
Thank you to the co-operators,
What?
Jason Arden
Really
and
thick.
Associates. And thank you, Kelro Pump and Mechanical, too, for your support.
2/3.
All right, let's settle in here to our sheet.
5 here.
Matt Cam with a double opportunity.
Yep. RJ. Hard. Hard.
Is Barreau on the sweep? Out it
Another
goes.
Nice shot. Yeah.
Well thrown, well called, well swept.
And that's made a lot of those today for us. And run backs, he's made a lot of those shots. Great shot.
It's amazing how the end can just change around in one rock.
Yeah. And there's his
It's
brother.
now the Howard team sitting shot stone.
Yeah, and his brother come along and helped him, so it'll be a great conversation after the game between the two brothers. So it'll be fun to see.
We've got Mark Kennedy now with his first rock at the end. Team Jacobs does have hammer here, so they're looking to stick this rock around the house.
That red one at the top of the house, we can't see if that's in or not. What do you,
I don't think
No,
so.
it doesn't look
It's
like it
really
from here,
close,
does
but
it?
not quite.
No, the
It's
sha-
definitely splittable.
It's splittable. The shadow isn't dark enough, though. Yeah, they're looking at it now.
Sometimes you want to take a look and keep your opinion to yourself if it's
Yes.
in or not.
Normal.
Little gamemanship.
Yeah, you know,
Never show your cards. Never show your cards. Yeah, no, you want to keep it close to the vest, so to speak. Yeah, we have a great game going here, folks. 3-2, playing 5 for Team Jacobs. Yeah, we have a great game, a lot of great shots being played.
Now Matt Cam's going to be trying to roll this rock over now.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Looking to make the roll, and they will, but how far?
Nice.
Roll nice and buried
Nice and buried.
behind the
Very
top
nice.
guard. Team Howard again sitting shot stone.
Take a look at that again. This nice roll.
Nice pair, bud. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, he went from throwing a double takeout
Nice
to a
pair.
beauty
Yeah,
hit and
beautiful
roll.
hit and roll. Yeah, right behind the guard. Excellent roll.
Yep,
No.
this team is looking in fine form here for the Ontario Tankard.
They are. They're looking great.
You should see your rocket.
So Brad, with that rock being behind the tee line, he's supposed to come around and sit on top of them.
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
rocks
right
to
on
come
line,
here for the
yeah.
Jacobs team.
Know where I'm going.
Oh yeah, yes you do.
It always
Like you
goes
say,
in
looking to
and
generate a multiple.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make 2 or 3 out of 3.
3 out of 3.
I'll hum it and don't pop it. And
3 rocks, the other team's 2. So that's your advantage there.
Not moving.
Ben and Brett on the sweep, looking to be full 4 to be shot. Line is perfect. Got to get full 4, got to get full 4. Half 4 will get it for you. And just a little shy. Just about biting the top 4 foot. You got to be okay with the result of that shot, though, hey, Dad?
You do. You very do. Yeah. Now Glenn's got a tough decision to make here.
You mean Scott?
Sorry, Scott. Yeah, Glenn
Oh,
also.
no.
Glenn, sorry, Glenn, you're watching. I know you're watching.
Glenn's son.
Glenn's son, Scott. But
or you're guarding him.
Glenn was here. He would be
I go
having a
right
concern.
here.
He's watching the game. He'd be
What's he
concerned. He
playing?
is concerned.
You want to touch
Yeah,
a bit of this.
got to be careful with this one
What's that?
because you are shot.
Let's hear now if they ever discuss making a play on it.
Why? Matt, I don't want him to play this out turn, right?
Out turn.
Just
chip
chisel
in.
this in.
He might leave you a dub.
Yeah.
Oh, you dead guard the 4.
Dead guard the 4. It seems crazy though.
Well, I don't know what else. If you ever hit and roll out, or when he's locking in there again, you got to make a pretty good shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the call on this. You feel really comfortable about hit and roll.
It's not bad.
But if you do make the hit and roll, like, time you're gonna roll here.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Then I lock the freeze.
Then you gotta lock the freeze.
Yeah.
Right now he has no way to get to the 4.
No.
Does he?
Maybe guard's a call.
I think guard's the call.
Okay.
Really good discussion there,
Very
too.
nice.
I think initially Matt was in favor of removing that red rock to eliminate Jacobs from getting more than 2.
Again, as we always talk, without the hammer, you're trying to force the other team to taking one. Right?
Someone had commented, though, right now there's no chance for Brad to get 2. So Scott is in favor of throwing the guard.
Throwing the guard,
So
yeah,
we're going to
exactly.
see Jason and Tim come on down and give their opinion.
If we make the hit and roll and he makes a good one.
Jay's got a good point though. Like,
we're still giving him
throw
a
the
two.
guard. He comes around here, then we're in trouble.
Okay.
Okay, let's make this board waiter. Stick it on there. He's gonna freeze, and I got to
He's
freeze
gonna go
back.
right here.
No, okay.
Then I run the double. Sit 2.
I just think making hard shots off of nothing.
What's that?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Jason sees this double, the red double.
Yeah, he does.
If he misses the draw, then we label it.
Yeah. He ever slips
I don't
it
think he
here?
wants to draw.
I don't think so either. I think he's running. I think he's running it. We guard. I bet you he's playing this.
Yeah, and then I play the hit
Then
and
he's
roll
getting
back.
him guaranteed.
Again,
shot.
5th end. Important end here.
That's what I think he's
Important
doing.
calls. They're all teams
It's such
involved.
a tight score right now,
Tight
too.
score, yeah.
This shot does
If he
matter.
misses,
Does
though, he's
matter
in trouble.
big time.
Here, he's not
Everybody has their say, and we'll see what they all decide on.
Okay.
Great team conversation.
Like, I'm good with the hit and roll if you like it.
It's giving up 1 here though. It's not bad. And they get 2 to 6.
Yeah. Scott just turned around just to double check the score. Just to,
Yep.
they know how important this
Guys like
is.
this? Yeah.
Now, I think I followed that discussion quite a bit there. They all played about
Straight guard the 4.
Yeah.
2 or even 3 rocks into the future here. So the discussion
Yeah.
is if they make the play and they hit that red rock in the top of the 8-foot, then Jacobs will likely
yeah,
freeze
like,
onto the back one, then they'll have a freeze
exactly.
back. Good
Exactly,
enough.
yeah.
If they play this guard, they know that Jacobs is probably going to make a run at the
Yeah.
double.
Yeah.
And it's what they're willing to accept the other team to do. So really well thought out, well planned out.
It's what your tolerance will be with that, and everybody walks through it. And they walk. Like I said, they walk through every shot, not just the first shot we're throwing. So everybody buys in, and here we go.
Here comes a guard
Oh,
from
more than
Scott
that.
Howard.
Line's good. Room. Line's good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna over curl the hair. Clean.
Line's good.
Sweepers now to determine the
Whoa.
placement.
Curl a little bit. Whoa.
Whoa.
Just get up the other side of the center line. That was the call.
That was the call.
Sorry, buddy.
That's good, bud. You can make a good one.
Again, another full team conversation, full team decision. They all buy in, and
Yeah.
that's what you want. Everybody has a say.
So Team Jacobs now looking to see if they can tap this rock forward, this red rock. Is that yellow guard high enough for them to get by?
Should be able to hit.
Or
a
do they
good
just
portion of it.
attempt the straight draw around? Is there other discussion right away?
Well, like you said,
So I
the
like
4's not going anywhere. Ready.
With the tap, I like is that your shooter will stay. It'll be further out, so it'll prevent
Oh, I know.
Team Howard from trying to come around here. So I like the tap.
You make a hard shot. Like
Keep-
that's a hard hit and roll. Then you give him.
And it is Jacobs here with the hammer in this 5th end of play.
Like if he only taps to the rock, I could.
It's only
label
his
it all
first
the way
rock right now.
Still not any different than if we made the hit and roll. We're still at the risk of giving him a deuce.
around. Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, because
He
he's
makes a
playing
really,
the come
he
around.
makes a good come around.
I gotta
You're
make
giving
the,
him
I gotta make the perfect freeze or the run back.
And if we don't make the run back, we're giving up 3. Make sure it goes to the door. You played an easier shot. He's got a hard shot.
Oh, no, I'm okay with it.
Brad Jacobs, first rock, 5th end.
Hope he gets to the nose. But I care.
Tight right now.
Yeah. Should be able to hold it back here.
Diving at the guard.
Call of hard line here.
Hard line, yeah. Just jumped over.
Really hard.
Back 12, they're calling it. Little tap by the guard.
Go ahead, Matt. Go, Matt. Go, Matt.
Little tap there, and they will settle in for shot rock. First and third for Team Jacobs.
Seeing the out.
Hard sweep, they just make it by the guard. Great weight choice there from Brad. We're sitting shot stone now behind a couple guards.
Right there's close, buddy.
We got the double queued up here though for
Yeah,
Scott.
they gave Scott an out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thin half, eh?
Thin half.
Perfect.
Give him an out here, so yeah. See
I
where
threw
this
this in the
plays
first
out. So great opportunity here for Team Howard.
Also,
Get rid
what
of the
that
two
did
and
though,
sit
too, I think for the Jacobs team, Brad Jacobs, he got a chance to look at what that path is going to do.
Yes.
So sure, okay, maybe a little bit thinner, rolled a little farther than he wanted to allow this double, but it gave them a look at that draw path too. So
Yeah.
all is not lost here for the Jacobs team.
Yep.
Anticipating Scott's going to make this double. Here comes Scott Howard, his final rock of the fifth end. And what's he got?
RJ, clean, clean.
Great curling shot.
Very
Great
well
shot.
executed
Yeah.
there from Scott Howard. Makes
Perfect.
the double, sitting 2. Let's watch that again. Great scrub. Great call. Great throw.
Great job. Like you say,
Go
we
in
were
for
saying earlier how the ends, the shot after shot, how the ends change. All the
Yep.
set of planes. It doesn't take much. These world-class curlers, they sure know how to play. It's fun for everybody to watch.
We got Brad Jacobs now with his last rock of the fifth end, drawing against 2. Needs a piece of the button here to score. Final shot for Brad Jacobs, facing 2 from Team Howard.
Sweepers are on it.
Ben Hebert,
Yeah.
Brett Gallant, they need to touch the button to score. They gotta have a piece of the button. The boys are working. Can they make it? Looking for a piece of that button, never giving up on it. And it will be. It'll be a steal of 2 for Team Howard.
All right, boys. Yeah.
Howard will steal 2 here in the fifth end. They're going to take the lead now, 4-3 over Team Jacobs, and we'll be back with the sixth end after this.
At It's Time Promotions, we make your brand stand out. From custom apparel made with precision to headwear that puts your brand front and center, and vinyl decals that make your brand stick. We deliver promotional materials and print solutions that leave a lasting impression. With locations in Lloydminster and Provost, we proudly ship Canada-wide. It's Time Promotions, where your brand comes to life.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path. Sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting to a changing world. Creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, tax, technology. Areas critical to your continued growth and success. All part of the journey. All part of what we do together with you. Because your success is the destination. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Welcome back to the Astec Safety
Tons of
Challenge.
room.
It's Thursday afternoon in sunny Lloydminster. Nope, the sun set 14 minutes ago from the dim Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan. And you're joining us here on the live stream.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep,
We've got Team Jacobs versus Team Howard. I'm Lindsay. My dad,
Go, Jay, go,
Dusty's
go, go,
beside
go,
me.
go.
Dad, what's the score on our game?
Score last end there. Team Jacobs playing a draw to the button, and they come a little short.
Little short,
Little
yeah.
short, and Scott Howard's team stole 2, so it's now Howard 4, Jacobs 3, playing the sixth end.
Yes. I'm just going to tune in here to our friends watching on YouTube. We've got some great visitors and some great watchers from all across the country and the world. We've got Trevor joining us here from Espanola, Ontario. Oh, Curling Jeff. Can the commentators please give Larissa a shout out from the Huntley Curling Club in Carp, Ontario? Hey, Larissa, here's a shout out for you. I hear you're the greatest Monday night skip.
Congratulations, Larissa, to be in the Monday night skip.
Oh, the greatest one.
Greatest one.
That's good. It's good. I'll tell my skip that she's got to run for her money.
Yeah, that's excellent, Larissa. Good job.
And Cynthia's enjoying the game here from Muskoka Lakes, Ontario. Ruby's watching from Kelowna, home of the 2025 Briar. And guess who's going to be at the Briar?
Ooh, we know a couple teams already.
Team Jacobs is going to be there.
They're already going to be there. So.
Curl. High here.
Here we are, sixth end.
Curl.
And, well, Scott Howard is going to be vying for his spot to get there, too. Their playdown is for the Ontario Tankard, coming up here in 2 weeks' time. A lot of world-class curlers here. We've got a lot of former Briar champions, current Briar champions, world champions. We've got 4 Olympic champions on our sheet right now. And it's all exciting stuff. Lots of great shots being made.
And with that number again, 52 Grand Slam of curling titles between the 4 of them.
That's nuts.
That is just...
Was it 2017 here in Lloydminster we hosted the Grand Slam?
Yes, it was. It was. That's correct.
We hosted the Masters back in October of 2017. You and I were on the organizing committee.
Yes,
and it was a ton of fun. Now, you folks at home don't know this. Let me brag about my dad for a second here. He is, well, he's an umpire for curling. What level do you have? I can't remember.
A nice high level.
A nice high level of curling. And it was very fun because you got to train the statistician.
We did.
And I think your word of wisdom was, it doesn't matter who you're a fan of. When you're keeping score, you're a fan of the shot, and that's it. You put your blinders on.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do that here for you folks. We're trying to give you our most impartial point of view. And you know what? How could we even pick a side? There's such great shots being made left, right, and center.
Both sides. There's some great shooting going on. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, we've certainly been off all of our betting platforms with friends and otherwise. We couldn't dare put any money at all because it's such exciting games. You never know what's going to happen next.
All the great shots going on, and everybody's putting pressure on each other. So, yeah, it's a 1-point game again, and it just goes back and forth, and like we've mentioned a couple times, one shot and it just changes that end so much. It's great to watch. Some great curling going on.
Yeah, so Team Jacobs right now is down 1 with the hammer. So Team Howard leads 4-3. Let's give you a little rundown of the other sheets. Johnson Tao is taking the lead over Team Ede 3-2. That's a C event game. The loser of that game goes
that is a loser one, yeah.
Those are 2 young teams.
Very tight game, very nice.
A young
nice
SAS
curling.
team and a young Alberta team. And we just saw a really nice shot there from the Tao team to sit 3 behind 3 guards. So that's going to be a good game to keep your eye on. Team Gaussians is up 3. Oh, I'm sorry. And then Team Retornes tied it up last end. There's a 3-3 tie, Gaussians versus Retornes. Cooey's taken a 6-1 lead over Scott Manners. The Hostley-Pierce game is finished 6-1. Hostley won that one. And now Team Edine. Yeah, Team Edine is up 5-4 over Team Balance. If I'm reading that right, I see the Balance team, young team based of Calgary, they took 4 in the second end. They haven't scored since. The Edine team is stealing like bandits, as the expression goes over there on sheet 5. So back to our sheet, Dad. Jacobs, Howard, 6th end. How do you think these teams are going to approach this? If you're Team Jacobs, how are you approaching this 6th end with Hammer?
He's trying to move the yellow stones from behind that guard and above the tee line, which would be trouble for him. So he's trying to move them around a bit.
Hit and roll.
And how do you think Glenn is going to tell his son Scott how to approach this 6th end without Hammer?
Well, what he needs to do is make sure he gets rid of some of the red rocks, like he's just indicating right there. That'll be to his advantage. He's got a couple of rocks sitting pretty nice right now, so just keep the pressure on him all the time, like we talk all the time. Always put the pressure on and force them to maybe get one or make a mistake, and that's what they have, and they forced him with a last end there. Scott had a great shot, that double, and put the pressure on and forced them to a nice cold draw and come up a little short. So it's always about the force.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Whoa! Close. Yep! Yep! Whoa!
Jason
Yep.
Cam.
Very close.
His shot. Playing the board weight hit and roll,
Whoa,
and
whoa, whoa.
Nice, yeah.
Beauty.
Shot.
Beauty shot. Top 4 foot, 2 of them
See
side by
that
side.
again. Well swept, well
Boy,
thrown, well called.
Mr. March,
Jay March is a pretty
he's a great sweeper. It's just non-stop there. I tell you, that's
lots of good effort.
That's a 6th end, and he's still pounding as hard as he can. So great effect on the rock.
I think that's That's his signature too. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the wardrobe here. Is Tim March with the backwards cap he's got going on.
Yeah.
I like it. Keeps sweat out of your face and you can still see through the peak of your cap.
Exactly. Yeah, they all
playing the other turn now here, Brett Gallant. Looking to remove some yellow stones and keep his shooter around in a good spot.
Not baddie,
A little bit of patience here being demonstrated by the Jacobs team.
A little bit on the outside, will he? Oh, he'll get right by.
Will he clip the back? He
Great
will
shot.
a little bit.
Yeah, great shot.
And it will be Jacobs sitting shot rock right now. They're first and fourth. The Howard team will stay second and third.
You like hack?
Really nice sweep there from Mark, and lots of curl in that spot on the ice too.
Hack weight.
So trading control weight hits here from the teams. We better give a quick thank you. These teams come from all over the place, and we want to make sure that they have a comfortable place to stay. So we want to thank the Border Inns and Suites for their sponsorship. We want to thank the cooperators, Jason Arden and Associates, and we're going to thank Kelro Pump and Mechanical. I also wanted to send a special thank you to Velocity Truck Centers, as well as RL Electric Motor Rewinding. Thank you for your support.
Close, yep.
Scott's playing a little tap on his own back. Called for board weight. There's March, Mr. March sweeping again.
Clean, curl.
Again.
Just fantastic sweeping. Look how close that rock was to the guard.
I see that again here. That was just
well swept. Look at this, folks.
Just
by, and then quick, Jason takes over the curl from there, makes contact to remove the
shot after
stone.
shot. He's just coming up and down the ice, just shot after shot. So it's wonderful to see both teams going at it. They know how important this game is. It's only a 1-point game. It's been like this most of the game.
Yeah, this is an excellent matchup.
This is a great matchup for us.
We've mentioned there, as I see Scott's shirt there, the New Floors Penticton Classic. These teams went head-to-head during the final of that event back in October, and Team Jacobs ended up winning that event. And here they're seeing each other again at the Astec Safety Challenge.
So now another team discussion here, another important shot.
Now we can't hear this team, but I wonder if they're considering playing a tap back on the red or if they're playing a stronger weight shot, yellow to yellow. That's what Ben's indicated.
Yeah, just
it would be a little bit on the high side.
Yeah, move.
However, you can't quite see all of it through the guard as we're looking at it right now. If you're Jacobs, that red rock's in a good position for you
Yes,
right
it's
now.
very good.
You can run that back, you can tap that back as we see it at this moment in time. So we'll see when he puts the broom down here what the call is going to be. It looks like they're going to use that to push the yellow stone off of the button. Lefty, Mark Kennedy, of course, has an advantage. It's always an advantage having a lefty on your team.
It is, yes, it is.
A lefty myself, I'm going to toot our own horn here. He can see more of this rock from his hack.
That center guard, the old center guard's high enough to get around it anyway, and he can still
That's true.
knows that sit.
Yep, and this spot in the ice is curling. Mark Kennedy's last rock of the end. Mark Kennedy's first rock of the end. Sorry.
What's that?
Ben Hebert sweeping to curl. Gosh, does that
Great
ever
shot,
curl?
great shot.
Really
Did it ever-
nice.
did it ever
That's
go
going to
over?
leave
Yeah.
the Jacobs team shot rock. I think that really came over on them, didn't it, Dan?
Yeah, once it got by there, just
This
jumped.
thrown stone here actually
Normal?
curled a little bit more than I think he wanted to.
Yeah,
Still
that-
in a good position.
So we've seen this sheet a few times. That center line sure seems to attract it, and it just takes over. They sure come across.
Probably half of that red rock is available right now from the other hack if you're the Howard team, would you think?
Yeah.
The question is, how hard do you want to hit it? You don't want to really open up your own stone at the back of the
No,
forefoot there.
no.
Freeze is not easy. You can pick it.
Yeah.
You get the
Let's hear what they're going to say. We do hear there, Mike, so let's hear Matt and Scott.
That's not a great shot. It's not good for him.
Roll aggressive and out count this one.
I was thinking you nut it now, then he's in big trouble.
The best shot.
It's definitely the best shot. Let's move our yellow.
Depends where you hit it. You can make it without hitting the yellow.
Oh, we're dead buried.
We're dead buried.
Well, you're right. If it hits the yellow, it's not great.
If it hits the yellow, it's not good.
Why?
Brings the top one in play.
Brings the top one in play.
Yeah, it's dead buried.
Yeah,
Well, if I hit the yellow, I think I'm coming a hair up.
This is so high that he can easily get just through and
To
tap it
hit
on
the
the
yellow, you got to hit really thin. I don't know. He's in trouble.
Oh, they're queuing up this yellow-red combination.
You
here on
picked
the
this.
side.
Yep. What does he do?
That's not a good shot. Then you label it.
Yeah. So we're sitting pretty good, aren't we? Cheers. What we're going for.
Another full team conversation
Okay, I don't
going
mind
on,
it.
which is good to see.
Whatever you see. I'm good.
And at the
I'm
end,
good.
Normal?
Sure.
yeah, at the end
So
they
they're saying here, hitting this red rock out of play. If Team Jacobs ever does freeze down to the yellow stone in the back,
Throwing.
then Team Howard is able to freeze right again.
he's right on top of it. Yeah.
Or any playmate on it. Since that yellow rock is 2 back, it's not really.
It's not easy. You're trying to hit all of it.
So hitting what he can see here, this yellow-red combination.
I think by the way he placed the broom, there's going to be a little heat coming on this one.
Concur.
Whoa.
Back down.
Whoa.
Last rock of his.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
You have enough
Hit
of
what
it?
you can see, and
Oh,
he
yes.
will.
Shot.
Very nice, very
Makes
nice.
contact, and Team Howard's going to sit 2 in the 4-foot.
Another great team conversation, team shot. Worked
Wow.
very well.
Very well swept, well
Yeah.
called.
Good job,
They've
bud.
got a really good read of that spot there, really good understanding of the reaction of the rocks.
Shoot, I actually could have hit it thinner.
Thinner.
I was pretty happy at contact. It's pretty good, bud.
It's happy on contact, could have hit it thinner, sure. Now you can evaluate and fine tune and split hairs on your own performance, but really well done. So, Team Jacobs now, can they do the same thing right back? Is it going to help them?
Yeah, he's got the same shot. He should be able to. Should have
You can
enough
see a
room.
little bit more of this
Yeah.
yellow stone
top of
than
the
the
can.
previous shot.
Should
so
have enough.
In turns the shot.
be
a
able to
little
do-
thicker is going to remove both yellows.
Yeah,
what do
should
you
be able to
think?
double it out and sit and even sit there still. So
Is that? Oh, yeah. Still pretty good, though. Even if he makes this, man, it's still good.
Yeah. You're right.
Final shot here from Mark Kennedy.
I'm a little surprised how much came off. Like,
And gets it thin, but threw it hard enough to allow that second stone to roll into the back of the 12-foot. Good shot there from Mark Kennedy.
Yeah.
Team Jacobs was sitting one.
Waiting for ice.
They are.
I need lots, eh?
Yeah, that top 8-foot stone is the shot that's shot right now.
That was draw to the button.
We
So
call
Play the
that
draw all day.
increasing your scoring area.
That's
Yes.
the draw the button, right?
Yeah.
I think that's in the
Team
mix,
Jacobs
isn't it?
got all those rocks out of the 4-foot there.
And Team Howard takes no time at all to put the broom on, to have a little conversation where their draw to the button brooming was placed. And they are drawing.
Yeah.
They come around that.
And isn't that nice to have
All right,
that
boys, top of the
pre-game
can.
practice?
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
why we do that too,
That's why
right?
you
So
do that.
you know a side of the sheet, a side of the ice.
Just that.
And everybody remembers where the broom was placed, not just one person. So
Yep.
you have a great conversation with that. So it's nice to see a good team call
Trying to
again.
give you the
Right,
difference
you are,
on
Dad.
that
It's not
last
just all
draw.
on the skip shoulders.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
responsibility is all 4 sets of eyes out there to know what's going on. That's what these world-class teams do.
That's what they do.
They're all looking. However,
Here's a conversation.
Okay. Okay.
Like the draw you threw in 4, that was top up. I would say you need 3 feet more than that one.
Yeah, that's what I agree.
first rock of the 6th then here for Scott Howard. Looking to draw.
Back 4.
That's what you guys wanted.
Close.
Room.
Line's good. Yep. Yep.
Room.
Yep.
Room.
Whoa.
We got Tim, we got Jason on the sweep. We got Mark Kennedy on the sweep back.
Perfect.
And
Good
it'll
throw,
just
Scott.
settle into the back forefoot.
Sitting shot.
Looks completely buried from this point of view.
Still pretty good, man. Ain't no picnic.
Team Jacobs now, of course, use the other side of the sheet for their LSD in their practice, so they're familiar with his outturn side. So I wonder if that's the option that he'll choose to chase after this stone. Playing just through eight.
Through 8.
Not quite hack, not quite. A little more than back line.
So he brings back his red rock in the top of the 8 foot. That's the whole point of this one, to bring it back into play.
Enough weight here
Give
just to
yourself-
push the stationary stone out of the house and to sit 2.
Give yourself a shot for 2 with your next shot.
And Team Jacobs does have the hammer here. Down 1 with the hammer, playing 6. And here comes Brad's first rock. Ben thinks it's a little heavy.
Should be able to make it curl here.
We know it's going to curl.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Ben's going to help it curl.
Yeah, it is.
Straight goes. And it rolls over to the side.
Nice team shot. Nice team shot.
Watching the replay here, good heads up from Ben to call the roll. Roll that rock, is what I heard.
Good shot. Good team shot.
And that'll leave Team Jacobs sitting shots 1 and 2 right now.
That jams, eh? We're shot.
What's Scott got there?
What's that?
It's either or. Like, you can leave it a hair open.
What's their conversation?
So-
What do you guys like? What do you like? What do you like?
You're up by 1.
Or
I mean, you draw, you could
Probably going to be a deuce if you hit.
not unless you make it perfect, Scott. Like, leave it a piece open. You
If
can't
you hit
jam
and
it.
don't roll, you're going to give them an open
it's-
shot for
you're
2.
splitting hairs, right? Because
Well, we're splitting
If
hairs
you hit and
there,
roll
just
in,
play
you're
the
going to
intern.
risk jamming.
Yeah.
And you got to roll perfect.
All right.
If you hit and
Up
roll
to you.
away, you just
Yeah.
give up a free
Like
draw
juice
for
in the
1.
world, like-
Or for 2,
For
pardon.
2, yeah.
If you chance it off
Normal.
here on your draw weight, there's the option
There
to
too.
steal here. But you only have a
You
1
like this,
point
Scott?
lead.
Yeah, try to
You
roll
only
it
have-
dead buried. Try to switch up the turn a bit on them.
With all due respect to our agricultural community here, you don't want to sell the farm.
No,
True,
You have
exactly.
to
I think you
miss
wanna
a
leave it
draw
like
here.
that.
You give
Open
up
on the
potential
left side.
free right to Brad
So you make
Jacobs.
this intern real hard for him.
Normal, eh, Matt? Because I got to get this out.
Yes. Yeah. Normal.
And the
we're
respect for each other. They
like
actually
7/8 low.
talk what the
a little like 3/4 low, Scott.
capability of the other team can do, so they know where they can and can't place it.
And knowing full well
Try to roll-
that when
yeah,
you're
try to
playing
roll
this
dead
roll to
buried,
the
kind of-
inside, that you're going to make contact with your own rock in the back
Like
there. So you
that,
better
Scott?
throw it hard enough
Yeah.
to know that it's going to jam and get rid of them both. So here comes the final shot here for Scott Howard. Playing the hit and roll.
Looking for a little roll.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Curl. 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 Go.
Didn't
Curl as much as he wanted
no,
it to.
not as much.
It avoids the back rock there, and they'll sit 1 for now. They're anticipating that to take off. A little bit more weight, though, kept that rock a bit straighter. So it's a double opportunity here now for Team Jacobs. They just need nose. Nose goes, if you will.
Those goes and you get your 2.
All right, top 4.
Brad Jacobs just confirming his weight with his front end. Team Jacob is down by 1. A shot for 2. Here comes the last shot at the end for Team Jacobs. They need the nose.
Mark likes the look of it already. Ben's keeping it clean.
No scores 2, and they will. It's a score of 2 for Team Jacobs, and they'll take the lead 5-4 after 6 ends of play. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be AstecSafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome back to the Astec Safety Challenge presented here by Wild Rose Pumps and Compression. You've got Lindsay, you've got Dusty, but more importantly, you've got Jacobs and Howard in a really exciting game.
Exciting game. Points, 1 point either way, goes back and forth, goes back and forth. Great shots coming up in this last 6th end here.
We've got the Jacobs team has taken a 5-4 lead over Team Howard. Jacobs got their deuce.
You always want to, you know the old saying, you always want to score in 6.
I want to
score in 6, and now...
If you could predict the future by scoring in 6, and if you put your hat on, Jacob's hat on, you would say force Howard to 1,
That's
tied
it.
with coming home in 8.
Yeah, and you're set.
Now, but if you put your Team Howard hat on, what would you say?
Well, you wouldn't mind either taking your deuce or blanket and go again. Some people like to be tied. Some of the people don't mind being one down with hammer, so it's a lot of personal choices there also.
This is kind of one of those perfect situations that you see with a 1 point differential playing the 7th end. So
and we
couldn't see how it works out for both sides.
Exactly, and we couldn't have this great production here without Maz Entertainment and Groovy Productions. They're doing a great job. They're doing everything for us, making our job a lot easier. They're keeping us in line, so we thank them very much for being here.
That's good.
Groovy Productions coming all the way from BC, so nice to it. All from Penticton.
We just learned they did the new Floors Classic, so this quality entertainment that you're seeing right now, so all the way from BC. And on the other side of it too, Maz Entertainment actually got Business of the Year. The Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce that avoided Cody Mazerol and his squad there at Maz Entertainment Business of the Year. So thank you, both Groovy Productions and Maz Entertainment, for your support.
So if we sound like we know what we're doing, everything's working out right, it's because of these two production teams here. They make us look good.
They're muting the mics with their
They are. Yeah, they're doing a great job.
We're
we appreciate
having a lot
that.
of fun though out here, and we certainly, as we're thanking people, want to remember to thank Synergy Credit Union for your support here in the community. We want to thank Redhead Equipment, thank you Bexon Construction, and thank you Gold Horse Casino. Lots of great support here within Lloydminster, and it sure shows. We're seeing lots more faces and lots more fans in the stands as the games progress. Let's give you a little rundown. We had another set of handshakes out there. We had Team Cooey take a 7-1 win over Team Manners, and that game has ended.
And that was an elimination game.
That was an elimination game. Scott Manners, that whole team is full of close friends of ours, and they're local guys. They play at Lloyd and Vermilion Curling Club, and 3 or 4 of them are great farmers, and they're busy people in their life, and it was sure fun to see them go toe-to-toe with some of the best.
They have a great run, and 3 of them are Lakeland College alumni, and one of them is actually still coaching with us. So we're very fortunate to have them around. They represented themselves very well and the community.
In case we don't say it enough, then, Coach Brandon, we're proud of you. And
yes,
Scott and David and Carter. We're proud of you guys too.
All great, yeah, Great community people, great players.
All right, Team Tao is up 5-2 over Team
No, you're
Eid.
right. Have you ever seen
Team
that?
Gaussians is up 5-3 over Team Retornes.
You're
and
throwing it
Team
wide. I see
Medine
that.
is up.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh no, they're tied. Team Balance tied it up. They're 5-5 tie.
Yeah, I guess
Nicholas has his last shot of
that
the
that
seventh
also
end
is
of
an elimination game.
It is. That's
That
right.
one, so that's a huge one there
Balance
also.
Medine is in the C event right now. But back to our sheet, we're in the B event right now. We've got Brett Gallant throwing his rock. Team Jacobs with a 5-4 to lead. Team Howard with the hammer. And it's close. Whoever loses this drops to the C. Whoever wins progresses a little farther into the B. 24 of the best teams in the world are here in Lloydminster right now in a triple knockout format. And that's a good freeze tap.
We've had a lot of people texting us and sending messages. And
And if you're watching, go ahead and give us a hello from wherever you're from. We thank you for tuning in. Team Howard's got shots 1 and 2 right now in the house.
and Team has sitting with the hammer, so just right now they're sitting in pretty good position.
We're back 4 here. Clean. Room. Whoa, off if it's heavy. Back 4. Back 4. Looks heavy. Curl.
Curl, but watch this path. This
Yeah,
line
now it
curls
goes.
in so
Yeah,
hard.
you can't sweep if it's heavy,
Yeah.
boys.
Goes right on top. Yeah, right on
And
top
it will
of the
make
rim.
contact too with
Yeah.
the top red stone.
All right.
Bounced out into the open there. See what Team Jacobs decides to do with it.
Diane's giving us a hello from the Kootenays, BC. All right.
Nice.
We've got a watcher in from Picture Butte, Alberta. Hello from Durham, North Carolina. My favorite is this person here. Hello from my sofa. Oh man, I hope you have
excellent place
I hope
to
you have
be.
a delicious beverage in your hand too of any sort.
Excellent place to be. Thank you for that.
Oh, in Barrie, Ontario.
Perfect.
Fabulous, fabulous. All right, a bit of a
Again,
discussion here
yeah.
going on. So now,
We've seen this from both sides all game. It's a very tight game, two very good teams. A lot of team discussions. Important game.
now I think, and sorry folks, we don't have mics on the players right now, but the Jacobs team are the Redstones right now.
Speed's pretty good.
I suspect they're wondering what the reaction off of that second yellow rock that Ben just tapped there is off of that red stone.
Yeah.
Does it happen to spin back and just plant into the house?
Just jam into
anyway?
there, yeah.
And does it do you any good anyhow?
We'll push the top red up a bit probably, and then the bottom red will go over to the side. But
Well, keep in mind too that this is just Brett's second stone right now. Your second rock.
Yeah.
So you don't need to. You can still be in setup mode right now. You don't have to quite be do or die. And I think that's what they've decided on doing.
We're heading now.
It's perhaps a little tap back in order to
Well,
get their
let's
rocks
see the
in
angles.
better
Like, if
position.
we're losing a lot of our yellows, I
Those
don't
angles
like
are a touch funky
We
right
need
now.
reds to go away. It might be a juggling act here of moving angles.
Might be a juggling act of the angles, someone said on the microphone
Yes.
somewhere.
Right
and I
one.
couldn't agree
But
more.
he's throwing another one in there. Like if he moves the yellow and changes the angle in the red a bit, a little bit of heat. He's trying to move it. He's trying to crush it with the tap. It doesn't.
Now the Astec Safety Challenge is in its second year right now. The winner last year was Kevin Cooey.
yes.
Might spin out though.
And they've won their game, and
He's
they're still alive in the
still
C
alive.
event.
Yeah, they're still
So we
alive.
wonder whose name's going to go on the trophy this year. But we want to thank the organizing committee at Astec, and we want to thank Wild Rose Pumps and Compression for being our presenting sponsor. It's great to see the community out here. We're having a lot of fun with this event so far. So this tap call here, this freeze tap from Brett Gallant will end just like that. It looks like they may have bumped their own Jacob Stone to be second shot.
Yes.
A little bit of a flat reaction there from the rock. It was indicated a shot right in the middle there. That rock that Brett just threw, that's not going anywhere anytime soon. I've said that before, but now I really mean it this time.
Another full team conversation again. So that's just how important this game is. And as we said earlier, they did tangle earlier on this year, and
It's nutting here.
the New Flores Penticton Curling Classic. So they've played each other before, and they've had a lot of great competition. So they know how important all this is.
Oh, the red's not gone.
Yeah.
I love this style of play. You do a couple taps, a couple setup shots, and you see who fires first.
Who's gonna send the cannon down to open it up?
I don't know. It's not going to go as far as I think you guys think. No. It's going to be spinning the wrong. I don't think it'll go as far as you think.
Yeah.
Team Howard has the hammer here. I think blanking is out of the question at this point. I don't know if I'm going to speak too soon saying that, but.
It's funny. We have 2 empty sheets ice between our 2 games here. I went out in the VIP lounge and just watching some of the action, and it is loud out there. You see, sometimes they have trouble communicating back and forth, but they're into it, and the fans are into it. And you'll hear some clapping going on, so everybody's enjoying themselves.
Then he blasts this.
And that's certainly why you see these discussions come down to, rather than yelling 150 feet away, you may as well get that clarity.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody has a favorite team or whatever. When they see a nice shot, they all applaud.
Isn't this pretty good, boys? Like just coming in, tapping this.
Yes, it's a good, knowledgeable crowd here in Lloydminster.
Yeah. And then this goes nowhere.
Yeah, ideally, yeah, you move this.
You're just trying to move it like 2 inches.
Yeah. Line this up.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
I think the blanks.
Yeah, we're going for 2.
I think the blanks.
Yeah, confirmed. Confirmed.
Yes. That's what you want to hear.
You know what? Just in case, right? Because probably their inter-end meeting.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Said both options are good. Either
that's too much weight, though. You were here. No, that's too much. You were back 8. Yeah. You're just trying to throw it to here. Sweep it, just move it an inch.
And as a team, you want to hear that from your leader.
Max.
This is what we're playing. This is what we want. We're going for 2. We're not maybe this or maybe that. No, it's a very positive decision.
Yep.
And that's what we're playing. So you want to hear that. Puts the confidence into everybody.
And both skips that we have on this sheet right now are very good at
Both
that. They both
take
charge at that confidence, right? That's who you're looking at, the rest of your team. Sometimes you forget as a skip that 3 guys are looking at you, or girls, or whatever combination you're playing with. Right, you need to have the plan. Your team is literally looking at you.
They're waiting for you to have the final say, and away we go.
We do say everyone takes responsibility, but at the end of the day, the guy holding the broom is the one that you want to have the big brain out there.
Yeah. They all buy into it, and they're all happy to hear that. And, and we're off.
Where are you? Yep.
Oh, we gotta go.
All over the guard.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
Not quite that.
Girl, yep, you gotta bounce it off. You gotta bounce it off. Yep.
All that, just a little light. Changes the front end a bit, changes a few things, another guard.
Doesn't change anything in the house, though.
No.
So what does this leave Team Jacobs with?
Yeah, it was gone early.
He likes that.
The double tap in, right? Because it is Team Howard. If he can ever tap this, if the red rock can ever be tapped up and be over-buried behind that stagger of yellow rocks, then it's pretty well protected.
You're protected. You won't move it yet with those other 2. Lots of conversation times going on.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Karen and Tony are now watching it from Toronto.
Yes.
Oh, come on now, Wendy. Okeechobee, Florida. I'm going to say that's how you say it. Okeechobee sounds like a blast. Heidi's voice saying hello from Peterborough, Ontario. Oh, yes, we're Lindsay and Dusty. Makachuk is the last name. But I don't know. I don't know if we should give that information out here before you like what we do. Hello.
Welcome. Good to hear from everybody. We're having a great day here.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. You just saw the gentleman behind us here is Jeff Mulligan, and he's responsible for this whole operation. So it's a lot of fun to have Jeff sitting beside us here in the booth.
And he's part of that Astec Safety Challenge Organizing Committee. And I tell you, folks, they're involved with everything. They don't just put it on. They're here. Jeff's going through the schedule. He's making sure the draws are right.
Exactly what happened.
Everybody, his whole team is live and active. Any questions they have the answer, and they have the teams in place and the committees in place. And when this is over, they start getting ready for next year. It is not non-stop. They don't take a time off. So it's just a great, well-organized machine, well-supported, and everything else is great. See, we have another eliminator game
we had
here,
some. I
Lindsay.
thought I heard some Velcro over there.
Yeah,
on the
there was
sheet.
some Velcro.
We had Team Tau take the victory here over Team Eid. Johnson Tau. They ended up winning that one 6-2. Team Tau for the U of A team, young guys, and they actually pre-qualified for the provincial championship. It's going to be held in Stettler here at the beginning of February. So congratulations to Team Tau.
Young team coached by Rob Krebs.
Yes.
Another nice name out here. Another very
familiar name in these parts.
And a great competitor. Had a nice chat with Rob the other day also, just yesterday. So
oh, fabulous.
Nice to see.
Hello to Rob Krebs. And Team Logan Eid, you know, they're out of the event now, but they've got such a bright future ahead of them. They've punched their ticket to the Saskatchewan Tankard, happening in 2 weeks' time down in Kindersley, starts January 20th. So Team Logan Eid, that's going to be a name in Saskatchewan for you to look out for. So 2 young teams that I bet you in a couple years' time they're going to be toe-to-toe at a national level against each other. So keep curling, boys. You did great.
Great to see all the young teams out here. Everybody's getting a great opportunity to play.
All right, back to these pros. They're current pros.
Yeah.
Check out this great shot from Mark Kennedy. Holy perfect Batman. Tapped it just enough to sit shot. Now looking at the yellow, yellow, red, yellow combination. I don't know that
I think all he's got is that.
I don't know that red rock's going super far.
You can see any of that red, second red in the back there. He likes his yellow, yellow.
I'm thinking you're making this right now, to be honest.
I like this one.
He blasts this, we're still dead.
Yeah, I like the red.
You can only see a sliver of it, though.
Yeah, no.
But if anybody can throw it.
He's got the.
But what's that get us, though?
He's got the front end. He's got the team to hold the rock there and place it.
And he guards again.
We don't really want to forward. Like, I'd rather give him a steal.
Now we're just on thirds rocks right now.
I think you make it, Matt.
Considering
blast that, then you run this guard in. Hopefully they're here. You run this guard in, make this.
Oh.
We've got every rock in play so far, Dan.
Yes.
Every rock is in play. So when Scott said earlier the blank is out, well, they're really going for their deuce now. Brad Jacobs doesn't mind having them any rocks in play.
No, no, he loves this.
It's a bit on the Howard team to make their move, isn't it?
So he's making the play. This is, like I said, this is the play I liked from the get-go, even as a coach. And
whatever Matt can see is what he needs to hit anyway to make this double, right?
I'm sure Coach Glenn would be happy to see this also. He likes this call.
Yep.
Right out of his hand.
Is hard early.
Really hard.
It's tight.
Got Jason on the sweep.
Whoa.
Making contact with the top one, and what'll that do? It'll punch the Jacobs rock in, but it sure opened up that side.
One side.
Not really, actually.
No, two reds sitting, the same two up front, but yeah, just hit the wrong rock. So 2 red and behind, sitting 1-2 right now is Team Jacobs. So he sees the red, yellow. That
the sweepers are indicating they don't mind the high guard.
Yeah.
As Mark gets down and ready to throw, he's getting into the hack. Mark's on board with whatever the call may be here. That's that trust he has in Brad Jacobs. It looks like the call is to guard.
Yeah, that's the right call. Take away that red, yellow. Oh, that's a good call. Brad's not sure. He's still
just making sure they've considered all angles. When a big shot like that happens, and everything that you've been looking at for the past 6 rocks has changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure you see the whole house, right? Which these teams do.
Make sure you didn't miss anything. So that's nice. Take a second look at it.
Yep, absolutely.
He indicated that draw in there. I wouldn't have minded that either, to be honest with you, what he was looking at. But it's the call they made. And
Here's the final stone here from Mark Kennedy.
Look, his guard placed in the right place will serve him well.
Okay, you want to run that yellow back?
I'm thinking so.
Just nut it.
Yeah.
Scott's already talking about his
He's
shot
already
here.
talking about his shot,
He's
yeah.
already asking if you like the run back of the yellow. And it will be a nice high guard there from the Jacobs team. Sometimes that's the toughest shot in curling is a high guard, isn't it? Well done.
Red, red, red.
Takes away
run back
the
in here.
yellow run
Yeah.
from Team Howard.
Looking at the...
I'm not sure, does that red-yellow combo, does that ever exist on the side there, Dad?
I think it catches this back side of it. I don't think it...
Oh, I see.
And it'll just jam on the yellow back there.
Oh,
so
yeah, that doesn't happen.
And it'll sit there, but it'll still be sitting, should be sitting too red after that. So the angle isn't quite right for them. So for this double peel
right you
here.
are there, so Scott's got to just give himself a chance at something else here.
Close. Yep.
Here comes Matt's last shot at this end.
Hard. Hard.
Got rid of one of the guards then, but the shooter just planted right there.
Kind of curled up on him again, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to hit that a little thinner to get rid of the shooter.
Yeah. Now there's only 4
Team
rocks
Jacobs is
left.
still sitting 2 here, so just wondering where you can put this to be an early great spot. Brad's indicating this draw. Why not? Do you need to guard? Why not coming in again?
Come in.
Sometimes your best guard is a top 4 shot.
And offset it, so it's they can't push you into it. Just offset, just little off the high side.
Give him one somehow.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, a shot ago, it sure changed the look of the house, and things changed pretty quick. They were setting everything up. Everybody had their own way going in. Now it's changed a ton.
It's not to score, just make
Now,
them
not to take
get
too
one.
much away from our sheet, but there's a
I'll
rock
see any
coming
offs.
in. The Balance Adine game.
Oh.
James Balance is down 1 with hammer. Team Adine is sitting 4 in the house right now, and it looks like James Balance has the last shot, and he's got a wide open takeout for his single point, so we might see an extra end coming up on that game. We'll peek over there in a moment. But here comes Brad Jacobs with his first shot of this end, looking for a top 4 draw.
Got the
Ben
weight.
and Brett are managing the weight of this rock.
Right there, he wants to place it right in. Exactly where you put the broom. Exactly where you put the broom. Yeah, very nice.
Top 4.
curling
It's going to
shot.
settle in
Yeah.
for 3rd shot there. Well swept.
Swept, yeah.
Curled up so nice at the end for them. It's really putting the Jacobs team in a strong position here. They're sitting 1 and 2. All right. Jeff Mulligan has just let me know that James Balance made that shot perfectly.
tell.
So we
I think
have
it's the
Team
third
Adine,
shot,
Team
right?
Balance are going into an extra end. Wow.
Huge game.
Young team out of
Young
Calgary.
team, exactly.
Playing the very experienced 3-time Olympic Olympic bronze, silver,
If I
and gold
nut it,
medalists.
we're shot, aren't we?
In an
From Stockholm, Sweden.
In an
We're shot.
eliminating game.
Yes,
That's
this is a C event. That's exciting for
Yeah,
them.
that is very exciting.
I think you're throwing it with like boards.
Just in case I don't get the chance to say hello to Team James Balance. Their 3rd is Chris Pratt, and he was an excellent junior curler, and I later on had him on as one of our junior curling instructors down when I worked at the Calgary Winter Club. So
Nice. I'm seeing
the
that,
original
boys.
Chris Pratt, if you will.
Yeah.
So
It just looked really bad from
I
down
think
there.
he's only 25
So does
years
this
old,
one,
though,
buddy.
so I better not.
This one looks easier.
And anyway, so hello, Team Balance. Thank you for being here, part of the Astec Safety Challenge. Young team, exciting to
this
watch.
looks really hard.
Great, yeah.
Great game against a 7-time
yeah.
world
Wow.
champion.
Is it ever?
Or I'm running the guards in.
All
and
right, what's Scott
hope I
Howard
make
saying?
contact in there.
Whatever one you're seeing. I think you're playing chase at this point. I think you're either playing this one.
Better.
It is.
Double peel's not a terrible.
Yeah.
And that might give him his only chance.
Might
to
give
get
his
at
only
something
chance to
there.
get at
And then
something
he's got to
else.
throw a triple.
Yeah.
Well, I think you got to throw it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I'm either good as
Nothing
Make
from
the double peel, Matty.
from the outturn side. There's nothing there
double
for him.
peel is bad.
But he won't. He can't settle down. I think he just bounce
that's
off. So
good.
yeah.
Right now,
And like you say, that red-yellow is just a draw, if anything. He needs to get
This
some
outturn
sort of
does
a
not
rock
look
in there
easy.
for
Matt,
himself.
like,
Yeah.
If I roll to here, he makes his double. Then
No, I think you're throwing
ball game.
I think you're throwing like good hack, Scott.
Look at us, the
Here and
We just had a guest join us into the commentator booth here. We've got Scott Manners third, Brandon Cookson.
I really don't.
then play this one through the hole.
Or a double peel.
it's the Lakeland College coaching team.
Lakeland College coaches here.
Welcome. You did well. You did Lakeland College well, buddy.
I think it's a
You
shot.
served us well. You did a great job out there. You and your team with Scott Manor, so we thank you very much. Fun to watch you. You represent yourselves in the community very well. We
Make
thank
the
you.
double peel. I got options.
All right, make the double peel, says Scott.
Yes. Yeah, that's a call. It's the only call he's got,
I
to be
think
honest with
that's
you.
the right
That's the
thing
only
to
call
do.
he's got open. He's got to give himself a shot at something in the end here. Because Team Jacobs got a lot of rocks in play.
Here comes Scott Howard with his first.
Clean. Curl. Clean. Curl.
And
No,
Come
missed
on.
it. Yeah.
just went by it there. It's unfortunate here. I think,
Can they get,
look, it just by
yeah,
it.
just.
It's tough when you're playing those,
Shoot, I kinda
those
like that.
double peels like that so far apart. Just not even an inch. It's less than an inch than that, hey? This whole
good.
end for the Howard team just hadn't quite get the angles that they needed, or didn't quite get the weight that they needed to. That tap opportunity
think
turned
that was
into
the
a guard that didn't serve them very well. So, and just an unfortunate lay too had led the Jacobs team. However, we can't take away from
board
the
waiter's
Jacobs team.
easy
Mark
shot.
Kennedy made it for fantastic.
Oh,
Not the
yes.
red?
Yeah, now Brad's
Two
indicating
great shots there from Mark Kennedy. He really helped that out.
a top guard is top 12. Kind of sealing off. He's sitting 2 right now. And
Getting called back here by the rest of the team.
somebody else had another idea. Again,
Did we consider all these options? No. Ben and Brett did not move their feet.
No.
They
So
just want to be sure.
great team conversation again. Yep. Well, folks, we're being treated to an excellent game here. It's 2 world-class teams going head-to-head, known each other well. They've played each other before. Very even teams, so we have a great game. So it's our pleasure to bring it to you here from the Astec Challenge here, Safety Challenge in Lloydminster. 3 degrees outside. Everybody's happy. Building's filling up. There's another draw after here. We have a draw at 7:30 this evening after this one yet. So there'll be some more qualifying games there, some eliminating games. So everything's starting to take shape here. We've had a great 2 days so far, and it's one more game, one more whole draw to come after this one. We still have 2 shots here. We have an extra end, like we talked earlier over on sheet 7, eliminating game. So still lots to watch and lots to see.
Now, Brad's decided on throwing up a guard here on this side.
Yeah.
Is he seeing a potential double opportunity then for the Howard team coming this way, this outturn side of the sheet? He must, if he's looking to block that off.
I don't think they have anything on this side with that red-yellow, because it'll just jam on their own yellow and it'll still be 2. So I think he's just coming over here to take away any doubt.
Any of these angles away.
Yeah, I like this call. This on the left-hand side, that red-yellow, it's the way it's sitting, it'll just jam in a way. I don't think you can hit it. And if the rocks are too close together to get much separation there and get a different angle out of it.
A little rub off of the existing guard, and we'll just settle in tight 3.
Yeah, so
All right, let's hear this discussion now between.
all you have
Right
is
in the nose?
basically the
Right in the nose. Just try to nut this.
So that was there.
Yeah, well, he
think he's
had
blocking that.
what he
that
wanted to do. He wanted to be around us and offset
yeah.
that guard.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted
Yeah,
to do.
Tim's
Didn't
right.
want
I
to
can run- I can nut this, right?
Offset it so they couldn't
Plant that.
run it
That's
back
the one
in.
you want to go for.
Then yeah. No, but then we're shot over here, Tim. All right.
You could do this one or that one, Scott. One of the 2.
This one looks easier.
Okay.
I threw that, yeah. 7/8, Matt. You kind of got to plant it on the angle to make sure you make the double, though.
We also have to be careful about this.
Important shot.
Not really there.
It's
Right?
Team
No, you're right.
Jacobs
Just
up by
plant this
1,
right
and
here.
they're
Yep.
sitting 2 right now.
7-8 tie.
Yeah.
They're queuing up this run
This
triple
is-
now
yeah.
here for Scott. So just a little bit on the high side, 7-8 high.
7-8
if you're
high.
Pretty good at fractions. Now we're going to see some heat for
Now
sure.
we're
for
going to see
Scott.
heat, yeah. Yeah, you said earlier, can't say
Give me an
enough. 2
inch.
great teams doing battle here head to head in Lloydminster at the Astec Safety Challenge.
Final rock of the 7th end. Here comes Scott Howard.
Big kick out of the hack.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
So close. And
Still 2.
remove 2,
yeah.
but still give
2.
up a steal of 2 to Team Jacobs. So Jacobs will score 2 in the 7th end to take the lead. 7-4 after 7 ends of play. And we'll be back.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Astec Safety Challenge here. Great afternoon of curling we have going for you. We've traded some points back and forth. We've traded steals of 2 back and forth. And right now, in 8th end, we have Team Jacobs playing Team Howard. Team Jacobs up 7-4.
Yeah, you got time.
Without the
Got a
hammer.
curl.
Yeah, that was quite the
Team
end in the
that was
7th end,
quite
wasn't
the
it?
end, yeah.
Lots of rocks. Every rock was in play up until the last 2 shots.
It's in.
And Team Jacobs came out ahead with the steal of 2. So thank you all for tuning in to join us here. We're settling into the final end.
Ooh, there's a bit of a...
And Team Howard cannot be in the house, just
No,
a touch heavy.
there's the first crack in the foundation right there. We haven't seen that.
Now, there's a
just a
5 rock rule in play, though, so hold on a second here. there's a few more rocks to come.
There is a few.
Now, the Howard team can still throw up 2 more guards without
They
being
can.
disturbed, mind you.
Yeah.
Pardon me, what?
But yeah, that's the first kind of, so to speak, little heavy.
Just
First out
snuck
of
into
8
the
hands.
house.
Yeah, just come in.
We've got only 3 sheets of ice left on right now. 2 of these teams are, hold on a sec here. We just saw Team Retornez make a beautiful double to sit 4 in the house against Team Walter Gosjens, and Gosjens will have last rock here. And then we've got the balance. Edine team is currently in their extra end right now.
You see that shot, that takeout there, thrown by Team Jacobs. They didn't want the rock to sit in the house. They're up by 3.
Yep.
Get it out.
Elimination is the
Yeah.
key here. So here comes Tim March with a second chance
Mine's
to
good.
throwing this guard.
Up by 3 without. Would you ever throw through here, Lindsay? Up by 3 without.
Yeah, you sure could. I think the call here is to take your own rock.
Take your
in the
own
house.
rock. I like that. Yep. I like that. Yeah,
4th in
keep
the
it
world,
clean.
3rd in the country.
That's
Brad
right.
Jacobs decided to take his own rock out.
I like that.
You're up 3. You don't need a whole lot in the house right now, so I don't mind that call at all.
You don't need any points.
Of course, with that 5-rock rule, as mentioned, too, they were not able to play anything onto that guard. I see we have more handshakes going on the sheet beside us here. Facing 4, Skip Walter Gosjens from Netherlands put their rock on the pin to take the win away from Team Retornez. So Gosjens wins that 6-4. And they're going to stay in the B event. They're staying alive, and Retornez now drops down into the C event.
Buddy. So they'll have another opportunity to get back into it.
All right, now that the 5 rocks have been thrown here, we can see the Jacobs team start to peel away. The only rocks in the house right now are 2 corner guards. But in a matter of seconds, all that's going to change.
Yeah, just a matter of eliminating rocks now. That's why you don't want any rocks in the house. That's why he took his own out. You don't want any catchers for anyone. Keep it clean. Who we have texting us now, Lindsay?
Oh goodness, we've got.
I had a conversation.
Gabe from Vermilion.
Nice.
Fantastic. We've got Linda from Stephenville, Newfoundland. Sorry, I thought Stephenville. What team do you play for, Lindsay? I play for Team Penny Barker out of Saskatchewan.
Oh, and you are going.
We represent the Moose Jaw Curling Club, and we're going to be at Provincials too. So, geez Louise, if anybody wants to tune into the Sask Provincials, I'll do my own plug.
I had a couple phone calls, like I said earlier, from my friend, and another one from our friends out in Shaker City, Manitoba. It's good to hear from them, and they've spread the word around about this great event we have, and we have more people tuning in. So welcome everyone.
God, Wendy's watching from Manitoba right now. Pepper's watching. Oh, she doesn't say where from.
Fans all over for this great sport.
So thank you so much for coming in. It's just a little bit of a math game right now here. So there's 4 rocks to come here for the Howard team. They need 3 to tie, 4 to win. So they're going to elect to come into the house. You know, when you see the writing on the wall a little bit, we've both been on either side of this scoreboard many times. But when you're on the downside of it, you still want to finish strong.
Bit of curl.
You still want to finish with your
Line's
head
really
held
good.
high. You know, like make
Curl.
Yeah. Learn something about the ice. Settle into your draw weight kick. You may as well.
Yeah, you've got another game to play.
Yep.
Both of you. So yeah, you want to keep learning.
Absolutely. And you're same thing when you're on the winning side of it too. You can't just assume, right? You still have to concentrate and make those good shots. And both these teams are so professional. They both do it so well. So here comes Mark peeling this guard out of the way.
For you people that aren't familiar with a whole bunch of curling, it's the peel you're after. You're not going for the double peel or anything. It's the peel. You open up that front end.
Just keeping in mind 1 rock at a time.
Everything clean.
Final shot here from Matt Cam.
Final shot over there.
All right. Oh, our extra end, Edine versus Balance is coming to a conclusion. And Edine will pick up the win. In the extra end, he gets his 2. Good game, James Balance. Good game, Nicholas Edine.
Line's perfect.
That means Balance goes home.
Little bit curl,
on to the C event.
Exactly.
Shot.
Yeah, that was right in front of the VIP lounge. They had a nice crowd watching them. Yeah, got to enjoy a great game right in front of you.
Yeah, looks like no one's leaving though just yet because we still have a few rocks to come here. Brad Jacobs gets into the hack. Paul Webster just came and gave us a hello from the booth. That's Team Jacobs' coach here. Don't worry, Brad. He's still watching you. No, he's not. He went downstairs.
He just left.
We've got a takeout opportunity here. Now, the thing with this rock is that it's got to come in the house. There's only 2 rocks to come with 1 in. Yeah. Team Howard does need 3 in order to tie.
Okay. Yeah. 7:45. Okay.
So Scott Howard.
Made you work on that one. Sorry, boys.
Again, relying on that pass knowledge that he had right away from the pre-game practice. He's using that same draw path
Same
that he knows
draw.
well.
Exactly.
The sweepers know it, the line caller knows it. Everybody knows what's going on this part of the sheet here. He did say a little sorry, boys, too. I think he got a little light on it.
Good.
Sorry, boys.
But
He's still there.
it'll settle into the top 12.
Had to be in the
It's a
house, and he's
scorable
there.
rock.
Yep.
Now Mark just making sure the path is extra clean here. They just need to make contact and make this rock go away, but don't take any chances with it. Final stone for Brad Jacobs, up by 3. If he makes contact here, he wins the game.
Wins the game.
And it's looking good. So congratulations to Team Jacobs. They will pick up the win.
Just for everybody's information, we thank everybody for following us and enjoying the game with us. The next draw is going to start 15 minutes later to allow for some ice maintenance. It'll be coming on at 7:45. So thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thanks, folks.
Join in again, and then 7:45. So thank you very much. Thank you, GoV Productions, for everything you've done. Good night.
Hey, Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be AstecSafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.